Good afternoon and welcome to Sector Wargaming.
Hello everyone.
Hello. So for today, what we've actually decided to do is we've decided to mix things up a bit. So just to spice things up a bit, I've actually brought my Wolves and my Iron Warriors and put a 6k list of each army together. Now, both me and Ted like our armies, but at the same time, we've never actually played against our army.
Yeah, so something we've said a few times, like, whenever you're like, oh, I've got this unit or I've got this unit, that's cool, but like, how would you like to face it?
I don't know.
So it's all cool by making your army great, and
Yeah.
So
So
how
for
you go against
today,
your own stuff.
initially we were going to do this in a way where Ted was either going to use the Iron Warriors or the Space Wolves, and he was going to pick, but I decided in the more amusing fashion, we don't know what armies we're playing. I've written both army lists. Both army lists are 5,999 squares.
Quite impressive. I mean, you had to put some searchlights on stuff.
For the space,
But it's there, it's done. It's legit, isn't it?
But what we've actually got is my Iron Warriors and my Space Wolves. They have their Primarchs. They have a bodyguard, and we'll come on to what they'll be doing in a moment. But first things first, what we're going to do is we're actually going to draw a dice out of this bag. There are two dice in this bag. One is a Space Wolf dice. The other is an Iron Warriors dice, and Ted's going to draw. So come on, Ted, what are we going to have?
I just like to say I'm very happy with whatever I draw, because I've always wanted to play your Iron Warriors, because neither of my armies are big shooty guys, and they are. I've always wanted to play your Space Wolves, because they're damn gorgeous, and they kill things. So what's that?
There's 60 Slayers in the Space Wolf list.
So I am very happy with whatever I draw. This is not a bad thing. And today I am playing the Iron Warriors.
And I get my Space Puppies.
Excellent, excellent. Right, Derek's going to do both the army intros because they're his things and he knows what's going
I
on.
kind of made the list, so I kind of know.
We're going to play, I think it's called Dominion, but it's basically capture the flag.
Yes, and both armies have a flag.
You have a flag?
No flag, no country.
Flag, no country. Interesting, you have no sense of ownership.
Interesting indeed. So what we're going to do to make things a bit more interesting is we are going to put Russ and Perturabo in the middle of the board.
Yes.
And what we're going to do for this is, I very much like the idea that Russ has basically gone, oi, to Perturabo, and he's demanded honourable combat. So Russ and Perturabo are going to be in the centre of the table in honourable combat, surrounded by a bodyguard and a few of the models. But we all know that Perturabo likes playing the numbers. He is a numbers man. He is a tactician. So what we're going to do is, this isn't going to be actual honourable combat. What we're going to do is roll for initiative on the first turn. If Russ gets it, Russ is going to charge in and have the honourable combat. If Perturabo gets it, he's going to nuke Russ to death. Because he's not stupid.
His first move would be, this is a great way to get you out of your bunker in a place that's easy to slow. Yeah, if he gets the initiative, he's going to go fire the lasers.
Fire the lasers, fire everything.
Yeah.
In the age-old tenet of, how would you kill that man? Well, I'd beat him to death with a stick.
While he slept. What's that film where like the guy like jumps down, he's like swinging all his swords everywhere, and Harrison Ford just draws a gun and shoots it. Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
That's how I imagine. So
yeah, diarrhea.
Did he?
Yeah, that's why they shot him like that. He had diarrhea, like really bad diarrhea.
So that's how I see it. If Pert gets the initiative, like you've got Ross going like, ah, and Pert just goes, boom,
with an orbital bombardment, and a bunch of Terminators and the rest of the army.
But we're going to start everything, and then that's where the Primarchs will be after that initial round of combat. Then we'll start the game. So instead of just sort of having Spartan versus Spartan, drive towards each other, get out, have a bit of a combat, which is cool.
It is cool. I mean,
we thought we'd start them a bit differently. It also makes the Primarchs a bit more killable because it means they're then going to be in the centre of the board. And
for me, it's one of these things when you've got Primarchs on the table, they're either going to go one of two ways. You're going to have your party bus on each side, and you're either going to go opposite ends of the table and you never meet, or you're going to deliberately meet them in the middle and stage manage it. So why don't we just literally stage manage it from the outset and just have a big fight in the middle?
And then play our game on top of it. Awesome.
Excellent.
Good luck.
Let's have a good one.
Iron Warriors.
Here we have the first part of the 5,999 points of Space Wolves. I have a unit of Slayers. My Slayers are all armed very, very similar. They all have 4 to 5 power weapons in each unit, 2 power axes, a Huskarl who's got Melta bombs, a frost weapon, combat shield, and the rest of the units are filled out with combat shields. 2 of these units will be going in Spartans as heavy support choices. I have a 10-man tactical support squad with flamers and additional close combat weapons. They will be running in a Rhino with extra armor, Dozer blade and multi-melta. I have a 6-man Seeker squad in a Land Raider Proteus with a augury web. The squad is all equipped with combi melters. My plan there is to actually one-shot some characters with the combi melters if I can get those shots off and do some serious damage by picking up the characters and just annihilating them in the first few turns of shooting. I have my Sky Slayers, so this is a unit of 19 Slayers, so slightly less than the other units. These will be arriving in a Storm Eagle. Behind those I have my 3 Apothecaries. They are stock standard Apothecaries. Each of those Apothecaries will be going into a Grey Slayer unit. Shock. A unit of 9 Deathsworn. 1 is equipped with a Thunderhammer and the entire unit is equipped with Rad Grenades. They are travelling in a Land Raider Phobos with extra armour and Dozer blade. A detachment of 2 Javelin attack speeders with 200 kilo missiles and their multi-melters. A 10-man tactical support squad armed with Volkite culverins, again additional close combat weapons, and the sergeant has a melter bomb. Grey Slayer unit number 3, just like Grey Slayer unit 1, will be arriving in a Spartan assault tank with exactly the same upgrades as the others. Second part of the 5,999 point Space Wolf army. So I've decided to select out all of the cooler stuff, so all my HQ choices to start. So I'll start with the big stuff at the back. So here we go, we have a Fire Raptor gunship armed with its autocannons and its missiles. We have a Storm Eagle, which has its upgraded las cannons and multi-melta on the front, coming with its extra armour. A Damocles Commander Rhino as one of my HQ choices. We have a unit of 7 Varagyr Terminators, which will be accompanying the Russ. They have a multitude of weapons, but predominantly they have an AP3 weapon and an AP2 weapon, but because all of the weapons are specialist weapons, they actually gain the +1 attack, which is always a bit nice.
Bullshit!
There is that. We've got the venerable Brightclaw, who used to be Varagyr until he was slain, or not quite slain, and still owes service to the Russ. I have my Master of Signals, who's armed with a Great Frost weapon and all of his Master of Signals equipment. He will be accompanying the tactical support squad with the Volkite Cavaliers. I have a Legion Centurion, armed with Artificer armor, melter bombs, and a Great Frost weapon. Nice and cheeky little 85-point model. Throw him anywhere, and he's going to do a significant amount of damage very quickly. We have Geigor Fell-Hand, with his Claw of Doom, so Strength 5, AP2 with with Rending and Shred, so a bit cheeky, and looking forward to running him. We have the first Speaker of the Dead, the Taker of Names. He will be accompanying the Deathsworn. They are his bodyguard. He comes with Melta bombs and a Great Frost weapon, Artificer armor, and his healing bombs, and not to forget his dirty poison attack as well. And then we have Russ's Confidant, another Speaker of the Dead in Cataphracti armor this time round. Again, Great Frost weapon. He will be joining the Varagyr Terminators to accompany Russ. And then we have Leman Russ himself. And as you can see there, I've brought both of his puppies with him as well. First time I've actually used, I think it's the second, maybe third time I've actually used the pups in a game. And I love them to bits. They're absolutely hysterical because they're both independent units. Although they do accompany Russ wherever he goes. The really cheeky thing with this game is going to be the fact that they can take lookout Sir rolls from Russ even if they're within 6 inches of him, which I think is quite nice. But let's see how he's going to actually fare, the Wolf versus Perturabo. Iron Warriors, 5,999 points. This is the infantry section of said list, the light infantry. So we have two tactical squads who have their bolters, and that is it. They are basically stock standard. The sergeant is equipped with a power fist. They each come in a Rhino, which is equipped with Dozer Blade, extra armour, which comes for free due to the Rite of War. I then have this is one of 2 units of 15 breaches. I have 3 Melta guns in each unit. The Sergeant is equipped with a Thunder Hammer and is also equipped with a Breaching Charge. I have 2 of those units, and there is my other tactical squad and its Rhino. Moving on to the fun stuff. Here we have a unit of 10 Iron Havocs rocking the auto cannons. The Sergeant has the Augury Scanner, because why wouldn't you? As the heavy support choice, I have a squadron of 3 Predators with the command tank upgrade. Each is equipped with sponson heavy bolters and pintle heavy bolters, which is going to be a bit tasty when they start firing down range, because that is an awful lot of firepower in one place. I then have my second unit of Iron Havocs with their missile launchers, which come as flak missiles at standard. Again, the Sergeant is equipped with an Augury Scanner, because who wants things deep striking or coming close when you can't wipe them out with a bunch of rocket launchers? Second part of the 6,000 points Iron Warrior Force, the Heavy Infantry. So for the Heavy Infantry, we have the 11th Grand Siege Company, who is led by Golg himself. Well, it would be led by Golg if Perturabo wasn't present, but never mind. So we have 2 units of 5 Terminators, 4 armed with Chainfist, 1 with a Reaper autocannon, and the Sergeant has a Lightning Claw and Combi Plasma. They are in their Land Raiders, which have all the bells and whistles as you would expect, including the addition of an additional Pintle-mounted Heavy Bolter. I have 2 of these units. I then have a Talon of Contemptor Dreadnoughts, 2 armed with Power Fists, with Combi Bolters and Kheres Assault Cannons, 1 armed with a Chainfist, Melta and Multi-Melta. They come with extra armour for free due to the Rite of War, Hammer of Olympia, which is going to be quite tasty. I have a Xiphon Interceptor as a nice cheeky fast attack choice for a little bit of anti-aircraft tastiness. A unit of 6 Siege Tyrants with their compulsory Siege Breaker, giving the unit Tank Hunter, and obviously that's going to cause some serious prangs and pains. I have a Javelin Squadron of 3 fully tooled up Javelins with Hunter Killer Missiles and Cyclone Missiles and Multi-Meltas running the entire squadron, because the Rite of War only allows me to take 2 fast attack choices in total. And then heading the show, we have Perturabo himself, the Man of Iron. He's come to teach Russ a lesson, or has Russ come to teach him a lesson? That's the query. We've given him the hammer, because why wouldn't you when you're fighting the Russ? And he is accompanied by the Domitar cohort. So this cohort is 7 models strong. 4 have combi plasmas, 1's got a plasma blast gun. I've got 4 chain fists and 3 thunder hammers and 2 Volkite chargers, and just to mix things up a little bit. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this game pans out, because it's going to be quite tight in the middle, but ultimately at the end of the day, a 6k game of this size is going to be absolutely carnage, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. Space Wolves deployment, starting on the opposite side. So in front we have the Rhino. Inside that Rhino is the tactical support squad with the Flamers. Next to that is Spartan number 1 with Great Slayer unit number 1 and its Apothecary. In that unit as well is Geigor Fell-Hand, and they're going to make a beeline straight towards the enemy from there.
Moving along, we have the Volkite support squad with the Master of Signals. They are dug in that position, hopefully going to get some fire down range and cause some interesting things to happen to tactical squads and such for those Volkite Cavaliers. The Damocles Command Rhino is holding position. Got a nice line of sight to pretty much everywhere on the board, where he can then drop his orbital bombardment on something a bit juicy. We have the Venerable Bright Claw, starting slightly further back. He's going to make his beeline straight forwards and trying to engage what he can when he can, but he's got a lot of distance to cover and there's a lot of firepower on the other side of this table. Second Grace unit in its Land Raider, Spartan. Again, this is a 20-man squad with its Apothecary, and they're going to be making their beeline straight forward to the enemy lines to cause havoc once they actually get to close combat, if they actually get to close combat. Then we have the Land Raider Phobos. Inside there is 9 Deathsworn with the Speaker for the Dead. Again, same detail, bomb straight forward. So not on the table at the moment is my Storm Eagle, which will be coming in from reserves. Inside said Storm Eagle is 19 Slayers and a Speaker and an Apothecary. The Fire Raptor Gunship, again, coming in from reserves. 2 Javelins coming in from reserves. And the Seeker Squad in a Land Raider Proteus, and they are also coming in from outflank. Because nicely with the Augury Web again outflank, and because I have acute senses, I will be re-rolling that should I actually need to, and obviously +1 reserves from the Damocles Land Rhino. Fingers crossed I don't need it. In the centre of the table we have the Russ with his unit of Varagyr, the Speaker for the Dead, and of course whoops. So the idea that we're going to start off with is whoever gets first turn will get the jump on the opponent. So with Russ will be charging Perturabo headstrong straight into it, and he's given instruction to all of the wolves that no wolf is to set foot on that platform unless the Iron Warriors decide to put foot on that platform first. Russ wants to fight Perturabo one-on-one like a man. However, Perturabo, being a tactician, knows fully well the capabilities of Russ, and if Perturabo gets first turn, well, it's probably not going to end too well for Russ, because Perturabo is just going to get him shot in the face.
Iron Warriors deployment, and with a bit of help from Derek, because it's his army and I'm really what's going on, he's helped me deploy. Now, it feels a bit weird, but I had to keep reminding myself that Iron Warriors infantry don't run when they're shot, so it was quite okay to put them out. As such, I have flanked either side of my army with 15-man breacher squads who, like a really cool phalanx, will just advance slowly, pouring fire into the wolves. On my left flank, I have the Predator Squadron with a Tactical Marine in the Rhino up front. My plan, I've already told this to Derek, so it's no surprise, is I'm going to fling my tactical squads forward in the hope that the wolves jump out of their armoured boxes to slaughter them. And once they're out of the boxes, obviously I can bring my my firepower to bear on those Slayer squads and take them out piecemeal. So my tactical marines are going to be completely sacrificial as they're launched forward.
Typical Iron Warrior player.
Excellent. I'm learning already. In the middle of my army is the 2 Land Raiders with Terminators inside them. holding that centre is the Contemptor Talon. Obviously they deploy together and then they split off. I'm kind of hoping Perturabo seizes, because obviously all this fire is going to be then getting launched into Russ. Siege Tyrants with their Tank Hunter missiles of doom are sat here. Derek is a very good guy. He didn't bring flare shields on his multiple Spartans, so I can glance them on 6s, and obviously I've got Tank Hunter, so there's a lot of shots re-rolling, aiming those 6s. Behind those are the autocannon Iron Havocs. Aiming for that 8, I've spread them out for the 18-inch bubble, because they've got augury scanners, and so they've got a big bubble of counter threat for all of this outflanking madness that Derek has. And even if something's flying, they've got 2 shots each, hitting on 6s and then re-rolling for the armor pens. That's a lot of things Derek will have to think about when he's placing his flyers. And again, they won't run if shot. These gentlemen here are the Volkite support squad. They will have proper weapons soon. It's just Derek had a lot of models to pack this morning and he happened to forget their weapon fit, but they will be rearmed soon. They're going to walk forward and try and claim this terrain here in the early turns, so that they've got an advantage shooting point. The missile launcher Iron Havocs are sat at the back just there. Another tactical marine squad which has the same plan. Launch yourself forward, tie up these slayers so they're out in the open, and that is about the duck of it. I didn't have very much room to deploy, as you probably saw me shuffling a lot of stuff every time down in the top down. And in the centre, tactically bringing the wolf out into the open, the fool is Perturabo, and he has his Domitar squad. Domitar squad. So several Terminators, a Primus Medicae, and Gold backing him up. And as Derek so eloquently said, if I seize the initiative, we're not going to play by the wolf's rules. We are going to shoot the living hell out of Russ, and then my boys will step foot onto this platform and will launch themselves forward, because we can't have wolves getting charges on us, and we certainly don't fight honourable. Why fight honourable when you can win? Makes no sense. In reserve, help me Derek, I have a Xiphon and I have 3 javelins.
Yep.
Excellent, that's all I have to remember. Good.
More than I've got.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. I've got them all.
You've got a lot more coming in from reserve, but it does mean you have to weather my army turn 1. Cool. In the intro, I called it Dominion. It's actually called
Onslaught.
Onslaught. And we've made a couple of caveats. We didn't do stage deployment because we didn't want to. We wanted to have the fun of having full armies out. And the other caveat is we haven't randomly placed our flags. We've put them centre blocks because this is supposed to start with like an honourable chat between the Primarchs. So our flag bearers have joined us. So that is the objective I need to capture, the wolf flag. And on to the side,
The Stinky Iron Warriors flag to place in the halls of victory.
The Iron Warriors flag just there. Seizing the initiative. So at the moment,
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
At the moment, the wolves have it. I would really like to seize the initiative because that means I get a turn of shooting at Russ on his own. So on a 6, I mean Derek's dice haven't been nice to me so far, but no.
Because they're my dice.
Nah, don't blame you.
They
Turn
like
1
me.
to the wolves. Good luck, Derek.
Space Wolves turn 1 movement, so I've moved my Land Raider, my Spartan up, and the tactical support.
Who saw that coming?
I know, right?
Trick move!
Trick move! So I've moved them up. I've not disembarked the troops just yet. My intent is to get that a little bit closer, and then unleash the wolves. And hopefully those slayers will absolutely decimate. That's if, you know, the Rhino, the Land Raider doesn't explode and they get ripped to bits by bolter fire, because there's an awful lot of infantry there. But let's see how many slayers they can kill before they actually get to combat.
All of them.
The attack support squad with the Volkites is staying stationary with the Master of Signals. The Damocles Command Rhino is staying stationary so they can fire its order of bombardment. The second Spartan has done exactly the same as the other one. They've moved up their 6 inches so they can fire their arsenal. And the Venerable Blight Core has moved up now that the game has begun. Hopefully I can tie up the anti-tank so he can actually do some damage with that Kheres assault cannon. The Deathsworn are going to make a bomb line straight forward to see if they can't do some serious damage to the enemy over on this side. It's going to be quite interesting because there's an awful lot of damage potential sitting there. It's certainly in firepower with those three Predators. And obviously there's a Terminator squad hiding there. Right, Fury and Gary have just decided to go left and right. So he is going to go straight for the Siege Tyrant Terminators. And he is decided that they're going to go for that tactical support squad to see if they can't rip him to bits. But we'll see if they actually get there. Russ has obviously moved forward, and the Varagyr have moved around the platform, adhering to their oath given to them by Russ that no wolf will set foot on that platform unless the Iron Warriors do first, and they're going to attempt to charge the Damocles cohort on the far side. Now we move on to the shooting. First thing I'm going to kick off is the attack support Rhino. It's only moved 6 inches, so I'm actually going to fire the multi-melter into the Rhino to pop that, slow his advance, and allow me to gain access to some more of those juicy Iron Warriors for when the Space Wolves actually get there. So, multi-melter, should I say multi-misser?
It will be.
Hits!
Ah!
Strength 8 on front armour.
11. Thought a glance.
Fails. Of course it
Good.
does. Combi bolter at long range, twin link, but obviously snap firing. It misses. It hits. I can't cut it because I don't know what I'm doing. Never mind, eh?
I was like, is there something about wolves I don't know?
Yeah, their bolters are strength 5.
That'll be a blue.
First Spartan shooting, I'm going to use the power of the machine spirit so I can fire both quad las cannons into the Iron Havocs with the missile launchers. Again, major threat here. They've got some serious damage output, and I know, owning this army, that they need to die first. So, power of the machine spirit, normal shooting from the 2 quad las cannons. So, 4 las cannon shots, twin linked.
Lovely.
3 hits, 2's to wound, all wound, but Ted is going to get a 4 up cover save because they are in quite comfortable cover.
Come on. Oh,
One guy
I only
dies.
lose 1. Excellent. And you're snap firing heavy bolter,
Snap fire the heavy bolter, same target again, so 6 is to hit, twin linked. No hits from the heavy bolter.
1 havoc dead.
Master of Signals is going to fire his orbital bombardment. Now, the Iron Havocs, as I've already told everybody, are lethal. Utterly lethal. And therefore, need to die. So the orbital bombardment is going to come from the Master of Signals directly at the Iron Havocs unit. We've checked with the template and I will get 5.
5 if we go a bit off.
If we go a little bit off base. So, first things first, how many does one get?
1.
I get 1.
Yes.
However, will it hit?
-5 because he can see.
And that still shifts 2 inches. So it is going to shift slightly. So I'm still getting those Havocs.
You'll get 4.
And then I'm probably going to get that Land Raider's backside as well.
Yeah. To confirm, we hit 4 Havocs. We hit 2 of the Volkite support squad, and we hit the Land Raider.
So first things first, the guys that need to die the most, Honest Governor. So 4 shots on the Iron Havocs, strength 9. Strength 8 is still
2s.
3 wounds, and it's barrage, so no cover save from that blast.
3
so
dead.
3 Havocs dead. 2 tack support guys. 2 guys obliterated from there, and ordnance on the side armour of a Land Raider. So looking at 6s, and failed to penetrate the Land Raider. But I'll take that.
3 more Havocs, 2 of those tacks, but obviously being Iron Warriors, I don't take morale from shooting.
Damocles Command Rhino is next to fire. He is going to drop his orbital bombard because he has remained stationary onto the Land Raider. Now, this has Lance, so fingers crossed I'll actually manage to hit it. It is only Blister Skill 4, but a direct hit is a direct hit nonetheless. So I need 4s to glance because Lance takes it down to 12. And that is 1 glancing hit, so 1 hull point off that tank. Tactical support squad are going to open up with their Volkite Cavaliers into the Damocles cohort. My hope here is that I'll thin their numbers down enough that I'll be able to get in there and get stuck in. But we're going to have to see how that goes. So we'll see how the shooting goes anyway. So 20 shots hitting on 3s. Yeah. I like it.
More misses. More misses.
More misses. That's 15 hits.
Nice.
Pretty solid. And strength 6, toughness 4, so looking at cheeky 2s to wound. Roll on the cheeky 2s. Not bad at all. So 2, 4,
13.
6. Yep, 13.
There's 3 men before Golg, and there's no sergeant in this unit. So 3, they're fine. 3, they're fine. 3, they're fine. And I'll roll the last 3. They're fine. We lose a man.
Oh, we lose one
Would you like to
model.
Volkite me, sir?
So,
D-flag.
D-flag.
And they're fine. So I lose 1 Terminator to that.
I'll take that. Second Spartan opening fire. I'm going to power the machine turret, one of the quad las cannons, and fire the other one at full ballistic skill into the siege tyrant terminators. And then obviously snapshot with the heavy bolt.
Yep.
So first things first, 2 quad las cannons. I said 2 quad las cannons. That's
Hey,
better.
there we go.
Wounding on 2s. That's
Nice.
3 wounds, 3, 4 up.
Involves, because they're in
Involves.
kata, and that
And
takes out
3.
3 of them. Ooh.
That's half the squad, and that would be a leadership test if they were not Iron Warriors
Yeah.
and hard as hell. Heavy bolt hitting on 6s. That's 1. Just the 1 hit, and wounding on a 3. That's 1 more wound.
2 up.
And he
Fine,
makes
but
it.
3 dead.
Land Raider Phobos is opening fire with its 2 las cannons. One is going to be powered machine spirit, the other one's going to be full ballistic skill. I'm not going to be firing the twin heavy bolter. So these shots are going straight into that Predator squadron. Try and cause some damage in the Predator squadron. So 2 shots hitting on 3s, both hit. Front armor is 13, so looking at 3s to glance. So that is a fail.
4s to glance.
4s to glance, so completely fails. The Venerable Blight Claw is going to open fire with his Kheres assault cannon. He is going to be targeting the Siege Tyrant Terminators. So 6 shots hitting on 2s. Wow,
Good.
that sucked.
Good.
Strength 6 with rending. Ooh! Oh, it makes up for it there. That
Yes,
was
he
2
does.
rending hits and 1 standard. So let the standard one first, please.
Standard on a 2 up.
Save and
let's
2
have that again.
rending.
Invulns. So
1
1
more
dead.
goes down. Worth it.
Yes.
100%. Turn 1 charge. Russ is going to charge Perturabo, and due to the fact that there is 1 inch between the 2 of them, I'm not going to roll. He's in. However, Perturabo does get his Overwatch fire with his wrist cannon.
Yeah. So, hitting on 6s, but it is twin linked. Come on, do a cheeky wound on his way in. Nothing.
No wounds.
Russ is in.
Gary is going to charge into the Siege Tyrant Terminators and the Siege Breaker. So Gary gets precision strikes, and because he's a beast, he's got fleet. So we measured it is a
6-inch charge.
6-inch charge with reroll, which he certainly actually needs. And he just
gets it.
manages to make it.
Hopefully, obviously I can't overwatch because I'm in Cataphracty armor.
Gary is going to charge in now. No, sorry, Frecky is going to charge in now. Frecky gains Crusader, so they've got +1 to their charge distance. Not that I'm going to need. However, unfortunately for me, Tactical Support Marines with Volkites do actually get to Overwatch.
Yes.
So,
8 of them live, so 16 Volkite shots, hitting on 6s. Oh, that's 3. Your toughness 5,
I am
sir?
toughness 5.
So wounding you on 3s for 2 wounds.
So 2 wounds. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually have an armor save at this because he's already got armor of 5 and Volkites are AP 5. However, I do have Feel No Pain.
Good luck.
So Feel No Pain 5 up.
No!
No.
And then Volkite causes another wound.
Oh, so it takes 3 wounds in total, which takes him down
You
to...
get Feel No Pain against it again?
Oh yes, Feel No Pain.
Which you say, so
Save.
2
So
wounds
I
off
take
you.
2 wounds on the charge. Dirty. And now the charge. It is a
Which is-
Screens charge with reroll. And I don't need it. Fuck.
Sorry, quick correction about Crusader. It doesn't give him +1 charge range, but he very happily made it anyway. It's D3 to sweeping advances and rolling 3 dice for run. You pick the highest.
Varagyr making their charge move. Now we measured this one. Now if I was to go straight across, it would be a 5-inch charge. But because Russ has made the wolf swear that no wolf will set foot on that platform, they're going to go round it. So therefore it makes it a 5.5-inch charge.
So a 6.
6-inch charge it is. From
Stupid
the
loyalists
Varagyr.
with their rules. This is why you'll lose.
6-inch charge.
Fail.
Oh! That's going to get messy.
This is gonna sting.
So Gary's going to be going in first, and we've just been checking the rules because it's the first time I've actually used them like this. So because Gary and Jerry also come with Rampage, I gain an additional D3 attacks because I am outnumbered. So an additional D3 attacks will give me an extra 3 attacks,
Nice one.
which gives Gary a whopping 7 attacks at initiative 5.
And it causes fear. So
Yes.
I need to take a fear check on leadership 9. I'm absolutely
Total
fine.
success. So,
You are definitely going first though,
weapon skill 5.
which is better than me.
Better than you. So, weapon skill 5, I am hitting on 3s. And I do have precision strike, so any rolls of 6s will be going on to the Siege Breaker. So, Siege Breaker.
Yep.
And then we have 3 hits. Nope, yes, 3 hits.
Yep. And then your strength 5.
Strength 5.
Rending.
And just double checking, they do indeed.
Nice.
So,
So wounding me on
strength
3s,
5,
6s rend.
So 2 wounds, no rend, and the precision strike fails to wound. So 2 wounds on the unit with standard saving throws.
2 up armor saves. They're absolutely fine. Me swinging back. They've either got power fists or chain fists, so it doesn't really matter about splitting them. And the only guy who's weapon skill 5 is this guy, so everyone's hitting on 4s. It doesn't really matter. But a grand total of 7 attacks back, hitting on 4s. Very nice indeed. That's 5 hits.
That's not good.
And wounding on 2s. Now you'll still get your feel no pain because these are only at strength 8.
And I am toughness
Toughness
5.
5, but that is 4 saves. The
4
5 up to
wounds.
make.
So 4 feel no pain tests. I
Ooh, plus
successfully make
2.
2.
So 2 wounds, you lose by 2.
I lose by 2, but he is fearless.
Is he? Nice one.
Frecky going in now. Obviously, he's got exactly the same rules. So, rolling for my D3 extra rampage attacks, I will gain an extra 2 attacks, bringing me up to 6 attacks. However, Ted needs to take that fear test,
Which
he
fails. So I'm
fails.
down to weapon skill 1.
Oh, catastrophic! 6 attacks coming in, hitting on 3s,
Nice.
and strength 5, wounding on
3s.
3s. 6 is rend. So 1 rending kills 1 instantly.
Attacks back now. I haven't got extra close combat weapons, so it's just 1 attack each. And you saw I failed my fear check, so I'm hitting on 5s because Derek is now double plus 1 of my weapon skill. 5s. So I only hit you twice.
That's all it takes.
I need 5s again to wound you because you are cover.
In the dice tray
the
account.
card. Come on.
In the dice tray.
How many times can I reroll? 4, so no wounds,
No
which means
wounds.
I lose by 1. However, because of Perturabo, I'm stubborn, and I get to use Golg's leadership, so I'm leadership 9 either way. And I hold. Well, Derek's distraction card effects has done their job.
Outstanding. Varangyr's turn. So we've got the Speaker for the Dead, but before we get on to that, we've got a few things to do. The first things first is a fear test.
So, scary Varagyr, I am scared.
Really, really scary Varagyr. Oh my god, the wolf has come to murder us all in the dark. It is the black dog. He has come.
Our trick has failed. We were supposed to get the jump on these guys.
Right, and at initiative step 10, I've got 2 Hammer of Wrath attacks for the 2 models that actually managed to get into close combat
Nice.
for no wounds.
Good.
And then my first model attacking will be the Speaker for the Dead. So Speaker for the Dead has a great frost weapon, so he will be attacking.
And he's within 2 inches of this guy, which
He
is how he
certainly
gets
is.
to attack.
He would be weapon
Wondering.
skill. He would be weapon skill 5, but obviously Space Wolves on the charge are weapon skill 6. So I'm hitting on 3s with a mastercrafted weapon. Not that I need it. That is all hit.
Nice.
Strength 5, AP 2. Come on, the pain. So that is 3 saves of your invuln.
Do you not have preferred enemy infantry?
Oh, I do indeed. Thank you, sir. That'll be 4 saves for you.
Why did I say that?
Why do I murder myself?
4 up Cataphracti save! Oh, you killed 3
punches
guys.
3 of them. Varagyr pushing up their assault. They've done their 3-inch consolidation move, as have the
Violent.
Armours. So, I have a total of 17 attacks hitting on
These
3.
last 2 men didn't quite make it in with their pylons.
Yep.
And it's Derek's turn, so we're doing his attacks first, but these are all the same initiative now.
So they'll all get to attack. So 17 attacks hitting on 3s with preferred enemy infantry.
Because Derek's on the charge, he's +1 weapon skill, so he's better weapon skill, hit him on 3s, and his speaker gives him preferred enemy. Bloody combining all your rolls. What is this, 40k?
I know, right? Yep, some of those.
And you're using all power fists.
They're using Power Fist / Chain Fist
That's
for
why
the
they're
AP. The
initiative 1.
Strength 8 AP 2.
Yes.
And that dice needs to be in the
2s.
box to count. Oh my word. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13.
Technically I should be looking out, sir, because these attacks are going on here, but there's a lot of them, and I'm not going to survive this, so let's just see. 3 at a time just to take out my normal Terminators, and there goes 1 of them. There goes 2 of them. There goes 3 of them. So now these are all on Golg. Golg needs
Goodbye,
to make all his
Golg.
fall. And Golg is dead. unit wiped. But these 4 do get to attack back. 9 attacks coming back from these guys, and obviously I failed my fear check, so I'm hitting on 5s. No need to split them all up, because they've all got the same weapon profiles. So 1, only 2 hits in return. That fear is doing you wonders. I can't even pick up dice, I'm so
I guess
nervous.
the first time I've ever got fear to work for me.
Oh, it's nice when it works. 2s to wound. That is 2 wounds in reply.
So 2 saves on standard Varagyr, 4 ups, and obviously no feel, no pain.
Good.
So 1 saves and 1 is absolutely dead. Now for the main event, we have Russ versus Perturabo. So as always, I'm going to split my attacks. I'm going to go 4 with the sword and 3 with the axe, because Russ can split his attacks. So first things first, the sword. I am hitting on 3s.
Better weapon skill.
All hit.
Nice.
I am wounding on 4s with shred. That's 1 through. Come on, the shred. 2.
Ooh.
2. Well, we know how dangerous they can be.
Yeah.
3 attacks from the axe, which is strength 8, AP 2. Mastercrafted, not that I need it. So 3 hits.
Wounding on 2s.
2s to wound. So 2 wounds from the axe. So take the axe saves first, please.
3 up invuln because of my Logos. And he takes a wound from the axe.
And then 2 saves from the sword.
And these are the ones that can cause extra
wounds. So
I take 2 from the swords. That's 3 down so far.
3 down so far, and now Ted needs to make a toughness test on 2d6 and get.
So I need to get 6 or under on 2d6.
Or you will take additional wounds.
I do.
You are going to take an additional 2 wounds.
2 more. I'm going to change these dice. These dice aren't doing me any good.
Yeah, that's dirty.
At AP2, I think.
They are D3 wounds at AP2.
So again, my 3 up involved. So I'm down 3 wounds so far. And that's it so far. So I'm halved already. But now I get to swing back with my 4 attacks using Forge Breaker. I'm hitting Russ on 4s this round because his Winter Mantle doesn't kick in just yet. That is 1 hit.
Ooh,
Wounding on a 2.
it's enough.
Because I'm strength 10.
No! And he fails!
Oh,
Disaster!
come on!
Oh, absolute disaster!
So I lose 3 wounds.
I forgot to do my resolution of that combat. So the Varagyr do their advance. They are going to move 2 inches, so they're going to spread out a little bit and form a better line for them
Prepare
to be
to receive fire!
in the fucking firing line.
Iron Warrior turn 1 movement, and I'm not going to lie, the wolves are a very scary army to face, even with someone else's force. But I have a plan, and I have enacted that plan. As I said at the beginning, I have flung out my infantry to be a speed bump. These Slayers are going to move forward and probably charge these tactical squads, but that holds them back for then receiving a load of bolt of fire and melter guns from my breaches. And if he wants to multi-charge me, he's losing attacks. I reckon I can hold, but that's the speed bump tactic over here. And again, that means he's out of his armoured boxes, and the Typhons that I have in reserve and all my shooting from the back lines can get involved. They've advanced 6 in the Rhino and got out. Havocs have stayed still, obviously. This Volkite support squad is tied up by the horrible wolf. The first Land Raider with the Terminator occupants has started rumbling forward. He's gone forward 12. They're going towards the objective. I'm in an armoured 12 box, so the Volkite can't hurt me. And
14, mate.
Armour 14. That's
You're
what I
doing
meant.
yourself out of the armour.
I was thinking 12 because I was like, it needs to be armour 12 to not be hurt by them. So armour 14. So he's moving forward. I will power the machine spirit into the side of the Spartan as I roll, but they're going for my objective. Pert has obviously been tied up by the wolf, who was horrible. We were just chatting, we were having a nice conversation, and I said something a bit wrong, and the wolf launched his attack. What a dick. What a dick. The response to the Varagyr absolutely creaming the Domitar squad is the real bodyguard of Perturabo has stepped up. These are now 3 individual dreadnoughts, but on the charge will be swinging before the Varagyr. I'll have Hammer of Wrath and their shots beforehand. They will be counteracting. In the back, obviously, my Siege Tyrants are locked up. My autocannon Iron Havocs are totally free to shoot at what they want to, and what they want to shoot at is this Dreadnought. Armour 13 on the front, I can wound it on 6s, but I'm Iron Havocs, so I'm re-rolling with Tank Hunter. Beautiful. I've kept this Land Raider a little bit in reserve. He just pivoted a tiny little bit to get his lance cannons on a few targets. Not too worried about this Damocles anymore. It does mean Derek's reserves are going to come in better, but you know what, let them. The Predator Squadron has rearranged itself to get shots down onto the Dreadnought as well, because that's the only thing they can hurt. And that's a lot of Strength 7 shots with Tank Hunter because they're in a squadron. And once again, I'm mainly waiting until Derek's out of his boxes. To that end, these guys have gotten disembarked as well. So the Breachers have phalanx marched up, and the Rhino moved forward 6 and disengaged. That's not the word I'm looking for. Disembarked. That's the word. Out of the Rhino, again, to be a speed bump. This is the Phobos with the Speaker for the Dead and the Deathsworn. Again, I need them out of their boxes before I can kill them. That is how it's happening. Let's hope my response to Derek's vicious turn 1 can be just as deadly. First thing I did in my shooting phase is I rolled to run with this tactical squad. I got a nice 6, and they have advanced, and in Derek's word, I have used fantasy Warhammer battle tactics.
Deploy the screen!
Deploy the screen! So basically my thinking is, Derek's got flamers in here. If he flamers, he's going to be hitting less, and I don't run from shooting, so he can't make me break. And his monstrous infantry in there will be forced to fight this unit. And then they will receive an ungodly counterfire from 15 breachers with 3 melters and all their rapid fire. And then, if he chooses to charge them, he then takes their overwatch again. So that screen is there to protect me. Over on the exact opposite side, I tried the same trick and it didn't go quite as well. I only rolled a 1 for the run movement of this tactical squad, so they've advanced. I then decided that the breachers with their bolters aren't going to make any difference to shooting this Land Raider, so I'd run them and go backwards just to create more of a gap and roll a 1 again. And because they're -1 to run, I thought they couldn't move at all, but Derek was like, oh, it's to a minimum of 1. So I've shuffled backwards, so there's now a 2-inch difference, but same plan this side. First actual shooting, this Rhino is going to fire its multi-melter into the Space Wolves counterpart. I'm not in melter range, so can my melters hit? They can. And
oh, danger! Danger!
Armour 11, Strength 8, so I need a 3. That is a glance. Firing with the Iron Havoc missile launchers now. I had a bit of a choice. 6 of them can see this Spartan here. Hasn't got a flare shield, so I can wound it on 6s, and obviously I've got Tank Hunter, so I'll be re-rolling. 3 of them can see this Rhino, which I have more chance of popping. So on it, it's a tough choice. More shots or more chance of popping. I'm going to take out the Rhino, because what I don't want Derek to do with the Rhino is to advance, disembark, and then flame as much as he can. If I can get him out on foot, that helps me. And even with 3 of them, I reckon I've got more chance of taking it out. So, enough talking edge, let's actually roll some dice. So 3 of them hitting on 2s, because they're Havocs, excellent. Strength 8 missiles into the front armour, so I need 3s to glance, 4s to pen, but re-rolling because they've got Tank Hunter. So already, that's a wonderful 2 penetrates. With the death of that Rhino, Derek's squad of tactical support with flamers has piled out, and the other advantage of killing that Rhino was it means these breachers can actually shoot something with their bolters. But taking out a vehicle, pinning check for Derek.
So +1 leadership because Leman Russ is on the table, so leadership 10 and success. They are not pinned.
I am going to fire this breacher squad now using their bolters into the support squad. The melters are out of range, and Derek was very careful to keep more than 12 inches away from me, so everyone is in long range. So this is 12 bolter shots. So hitting on 3s, lovely, for 10. And wounding on 4s for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very successful. 7.
The standard rules because the sergeant is hiding at the back. And I lose 1, 2.
Excellent. Into the middle of the table now. This Land Raider moved 12 inches, but I'm going to Power of Machine Spirit this last cannon into Derek's Damocles. Now it has obviously used its orbital bombardment, but Derek has a lot of reserves, and I want to deny him that +1 to his reserve roll. So, 1 shot, twin linked. Thankfully twin linked. So it does hit. It's on front armour, so I need 2 to glance, 3 plus to pen. It's a very definite pen. He's not got any cover, so please, on a 6, blow that Damocles up.
Yes! It's gone and explodes.
Good job, Iron Warriors.
So now that it's exploded, Ted needs to roll his dice for how big the explosion is, because
right next to that
the tactical support squad is very, very close, and the explosion is a 3-inch.
I managed to hit 2 of the Volkite support squad, so winning them on 4s. Don't worry about it, D. The Smash Brothers now, dead centre. I need these Dreadnoughts to cause carnage on this Varagyr squad, otherwise I think I'm in a bit of trouble. They are individuals now that they have deployed, because they were a Talon, so I'm going to go one at a time, starting with this gentleman here, all firing into the Varagyr and work our way up. So the first guy has a Kheres to start with, so hitting on 2s, excellent, and then 2s to wounds, 6s rend. I like rends. No rends and 4 wounds.
So 4 wounds, 4 2-up saves on the Varagyr.
Ooh,
all successful. So he walks through that one. Combi bolter.
Combi bolter in his hand, hits twice and wounds twice.
Does the combi bolter do the damage? No. They walk through the combi bolter. Right. Next Dreadnought.
I'll go up to the top one because he has the same loadout just to make things easy. So this is the Kheres again. 5 hits, 2s to wounds, 6s rend. No rend again, but 5 wounds.
5 wounds, sir. Take these on the 5 standard ones.
Yeah.
So, 1 takes a wound. However, there is a speaker for the dead, so therefore feel no pain.
No.
Which he doesn't, so I lose 1 Varagyr so far.
Combi bolter in his fist. 2 hits again. Solid, no wounds. And then the last Dreadnought has the multi-melter, so he hits on a 2. Lovely. Wounds on a 2. And straight to an invuln.
4-up invuln.
No.
Fails, so 2 guys down.
And also his combi bolter. 2 hits. And 2 wounds. Lovely Iron Warrior symbols. Oh, fine. 2 dead. I would just like to point out that with the death of those 2 Varagyr, that's 8 less attacks.
Not my fault.
Derek wants them to have 2 wounds. Don't give them 2 wounds. On to my second Land Raider now. This is the one that only moved a bit tentatively because I want him in reserves. So he only moves 6, so I can fire 1 with Power of the Machine Spirit and 1 weapon with normally. So his left sponson is going to fire into the Varagyr as well. And his right sponson is going to take a shot into the Spartan, see if I can get as lucky as the other Land Raider and pop it in one go. So, sponson that's firing into the Varagyr. It misses, but is twin linked. For a hit, wounding on a 2, which wounds, straight to invuln.
4-up invuln.
Absolutely fine. I get snapfire my heavy bolter into them as well, which misses, but it's twin linked, so that misses. And then his other las cannon into the Spartan, hits, and I'd like that again for a pen. Nothing there. Derek's just reminded me it also has a Pintle heavy bolter, so it's not twin linked, but this will go into the Varagyr as well as the primary target, so no hits. My other Rhino that had the tactical squad is going to take a multi-melter shot into this Land Raider Phobos with the Deathsworn in it. Can only glance it, but a hull point is a hull point at the end of the day. Hitting, no, multi-misser, well done. The Predator Squadron, of which Derek has finally found the back hatch. So it's fully armoured now.
Fully operational.
Is going to fire into the Venerable Brightclaw because, as there's 3 Predators, they have Tank Hunter. Only their autocannons can hurt it, but that's still 12 shots in total. Here we go. 12 shots hitting on 3s. Very nice for 10 hits. And then strength 7 against armor 13, so I need 6s, but Tank Hunter, so re-rolling. So that's 1 on the first roll. Come on, a bit better. No! Only 1.
Come on, invuln save.
No, failed. Does take a hull point. Last thing I have to shoot is my Iron Havoc autocannon squad. I had the choice of either shooting into the Dreadnought and trying to finish him off, or trying to ping some wounds off the Varagyr just to help there, and I've decided with some advice from Derek that the Varagyr are probably the more immediate threat, and every one of those that I managed to drag down is a safer Dreadnought which can then potentially repel Derek's Dreadnought. Anyway, so this is 20 shots, Iron Havoc, so hitting on 2s. Not the best, that's 15. And then wounding on 2s. Derek will get full armor save, but making him roll dice. That is a drop dice, apologies. So that is 14, 13 wounds.
Now, because the Thane's up front and he is a character, I can look out, sir, but also the Thane actually has 2 wounds, so I need to allocate my wounds quite meticulously. So I'm going to start on the Thane, and once he's taken a wound, I'll move down the line and see how far we actually get. So starting on the Thane, 2-up armor save.
Feel no pain. Oh, good.
He takes 1 wound.
It's a great start.
So
now we look up, sir.
So now we look out Sir on a 4-up.
Yes.
So that goes onto a trooper on the right side, who passes.
Fine.
Look out Sir.
Fine. Armour. Fine.
Passes. Look out Sir.
Fine. Armour.
Fails, but feel no
pain. Dead.
Fails,
So that's
2 guys. Sorry.
1 guy dead and 1 wound on the thing so far.
Next one. Look out Sir.
Passes.
Fails again.
Yes.
Feel no pain. No.
Yes.
Another guy goes down.
It's
Oh,
good.
not good.
It's good. Have you
Look
got
out,
anyone
sir.
in range to look out, sir, now? Because it's got to be within 2 inches.
No, it's
So
on
you've
him.
got to tank.
So he saves.
Come on, drag the thing down as
Saves.
well.
He saves. He saves.
Oh.
Save some more. Keep it going. Come on. I've seen sergeants tank
One more-
better.
1 more to go.
And he makes it.
But 2 Varagyr gone. I'll
Oh,
take it.
Catastrophic.
Combat phase now. All these 3 dreadnoughts are still going to charge into the Varagyr. I'm only 2 inches away, so they can't fail. So they're going to go in. I did have the choice, could I send that dreadnought back to help the siege tyrants? But honestly, I think the siege tyrants will be fine. And 1 man in this Varagyr squad is deadly, so I need to guarantee the squad killed. Combat now. We're going to start with Gary here, and he's fighting into the siege tyrants. He is definitely faster than me, but he still has Rampage.
So with his rampage, he is outnumbered, so therefore gains an additional D3 attacks. So he gains 3 extra attacks, bringing him up to 6.
Nice one.
So hitting on.
Oh, do I fear you?
Oh, very good point. Do you feel me?
Because you're still scared.
No, you
not
won't.
this time.
Not this time. Up here.
You hit me on 3s.
So hitting on 3s for all.
Ooh.
And
only on 3s.
strength 5, wounding on 3s with rending.
No rending.
1 rending
No.
and 4 wounds.
Okay. Rending first on my 4-up invuln. He kills a
Kills
man.
1.
And then how many wounds was it?
4 more.
4 more. So on the normal guy, he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Why couldn't they be my invuln saves? Why couldn't that be? So they're
One
all
more.
fine. But you do take that man down. Swinging back now for the Iron Warriors. 5 attacks in total combined. So hitting on 4s. Oh no!
I'll
Absolute
take it.
terrible!
I'll take it.
And wounding on a 2. So it does wound, but because you're toughness 5, I don't double you out and you get your feel no pain.
Which means the
I lose!
Gary wins.
I am stubborn.
And leadership 10.
Because of that. So I'm holding, but absolutely fluffed. Oh, maybe I should have sent a dreadnought. On to Frecky now, and same thing. So, Rampage.
Rampage. 2 extra
So he's
attacks.
got 5. And do I fear him again?
Fear me.
I don't this turn. So you go first because you're definitely higher at 5.
Hitting on 3s. All hit
yes.
again. And strength 5, wounding on 3s.
No rending this time.
3 wounds.
3 wounds on my full armor save. Normal guys.
One guy
is
dies.
dragged down. 7 attacks back from my Volkite support squad now. Hitting on 4s. It's not the quintuple 1 like my last roll, so that's 4 hits. And wounding you on 5s because you're tougher than I am. Oh! Yeah! Feel
Why
it.
couldn't you have the
Feel it,
rending?
baby, yeah.
However, I do get my 5-up saving throw and my 5-up feel no pain. So,
Good.
oh, not
Come
good.
on, come
not
on.
good. Is the puck going down?
He
He is. He goes down. He takes 2 wounds.
I roll my consolidation. I only got a 1, and I've just shuffled into a bit of a neater line. Dreadnoughts now. All 4 of them going in, and 3 of them going in, and 3 of them making base to base, so they get Hammer of Wrath. So wounding on 2s. Excellent.
3 saves on 2-ups with feel no pain. All pass.
Lovely. 12 attacks in total. Hitting on 4s, because we're the same weapon skill. Don't fluff it again.
Ooh.
It's not great. It's not great. But now only 2s to wound. For a grand total of 5
many.
wounds, which
Too
is
many
hopefully we'll
wounds.
need. So reducing you to invulns.
Right, invuns and no feel no pains. I will start with the rank and file. 4-up. Dead.
Dead. Thane.
Thane.
Dead.
Dead. Spirit of the
Character.
dead.
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 Excellent.
Right.
The Dreadnoughts did exactly what I wanted. I'll do a quick consolidate for them. So they are individuals technically. So this gentleman is going 1. This gentleman is going 2. This
3.
gentleman.
Make it a 3.
Hey! Here's how I ended up after consolidation. Move this boy back because he's obviously going to have to help this wolf. That's ridiculous. And these 2 boys have moved forward to start smashing in Russ if Perturabo survives. into that combat with Russ and Perturabo. Russ swinging first.
So splitting his attacks again, 50-50 this time, so 3 with the sword, 3 with the axe. So 3 with the sword first, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, and then strength 6 with shred, looking at forced wound with reroll. 2 wounds.
Ooh.
Excellent, and then 3 attacks with axe.
Mastercrafted.
Yeah,
Yes, good, right.
So only 2 wounds from the sword.
3 up invulns.
Both
He's
made.
fine. Pert lives.
Oh, could this be the turn Perp turns it round?
Yes, it is. So
Hit him in the face with a hammer.
I'm now hitting Wolf on 5s because of his. Is it the mantle that gives this, or is it just because he's a good
armour.
fighter? It's the armour. So we'll just swap to Derek. Thank you very much, sir. So I'm hitting you on 5s. I get 1 hit. I wound you on 2s, which I do.
Now, Russ needs to save this or he's going to be blinded and concussed, which is not going to be good for the wolf.
Come on.
So come on, for it!
Ah! But at the end of my turn, causing no wounds or anything like that, I'm still alive. Do I heal on a 5-up? I do!
Ooh, he
So
gets a
Pert
wounds back.
survives and goes up to 4 wounds. Yes, Bertie!
Commence the tanking! Space Force turn 2, so first things first, you need to roll for my reserve. Now because your command rhino's down, I don't have that +1 to my reserve rolls, so these are on 3-ups. So first things first, Fire Raptor on a 3. No!
Yay!
Storm Eagle on a 3.
No!
Yes! And then we've got 2 Javelins. No!
Yes!
And then we've got the Seekers in their Land Raider. Yes!
Well...
So the Seekers are coming in from outflank. So I'll roll 1, 2 to my left, 3, 4 to my right, and then 5 or 6 are I pick. Or I can re-roll because they have, because I have wolf. So 1. You know what?
It's up that side. Keeping it?
I'm going to keep it.
Cool.
Space Wolves turn 2 movement. They have all decided to come out and start partying. I have declared Howl of the Death Wolf, so I'll be getting my re-rolls. The Flamer Tactical Support Squad has moved around to get as many Flamers to bear on that tactical squad as they physically can to try and inflict some damage before they get a horrific amount of return firepower. The Spartan has shifted left in plans to head off the enemy Land Raider with a blob of 20 Slayers and their Apothecary. And they're going to make a beeline for that Land Raider and cause hopefully some serious damage to slow any advance towards my back line, which has remained perfectly stationary. The Venerable Brightclaw, now that the Iron Warriors have breached the compact, with the Dreadnought entering the battlefield, the Venerable Brightclaw has entered the fray, and also Geigor Fell-Hand has deployed from his Spartan, leaving his Slayer unit to help the Wolf King, because they may call him Geigor, but I call him Bjorn.
It won't help you.
Nice sized chunk of 20 Slayers and their Apothecary.
That might help you.
Plan here is I'm going to do some multi-charging. By multi-charging I mean all the multi-charges, so we'll see how far I get with that one, because I'm going to make disorder charges and may as well make it count. And on this side, we have what I can only describe as a monumental dog pile. So we have the Speaker for the Dead and his Deathsworn have disembarked from their Land Raider. They are going to make a beeline and multi-charge both units, because at the end of the day, if I charge the breaches, I'm making a disorder charge anyway, and I may as well make use of all their attacks anyhow. The Speaker for the Dead is hiding there at the back. He's going to do some damage as well once he starts wailing in there. And as per pack tactics, the Seeker squad has appeared from behind with the the combi melters, and there is a champion in there, not a champion, sorry, a space wolf in there with a great frost weapon who's going to come straight into the side and then next turn get some charges off. And my Land Raider Proteus is going to get some shots off into this Predator squadron in hopes that I can actually reduce that incoming firepower, because if I don't get into combat this turn, there's going to be a hell of a lot of firepower going down in this corner. And finally, more Space Wolves coming in from afar. The Sky Claws are coming in and they're going to make a beeline straight down the table, dropping a shed load of firepower before dropping off even more Slayers, hopefully on that objective right there. I'm going to kick off with the Hall Burners. So the 6 guys in front are using their flamers and the 2 guys behind are not. They will be using their bolt pistols. We've checked and it is 20 hits with flamers, and then I've got my 2 bolt pistol shots as
this
well.
tactical squad
Onto
here.
the tac squad. So 2 bolt pistols first, 1 hit, fail to wound.
Good.
Now we commence the barbecuing of the traitors. Barbecue the traitors.
Ooh.
Not great. Makes me wish I was a salamander.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 saves on the unit.
There's 7 men before my sergeant, and that is only 1 dead.
The Volkite support squad will be the next to open fire. The Master of Signals is ordering the firing himself, so they'll gain +1 ballistic skill. Only 9 of the Volkites can actually draw line of sight to the tactical squad, so I have 18 shots hitting on 2s and wounding on 2s. Bosh!
That's a lot of 6s.
That's a good job. 6s don't count. And then we have the wound. Oh yes, please. 15 wounds. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 saves to make.
Here we go. 3 up armor. That's 1, 2, 3 dead, and then deflag.
Deflagging
For another 3 wounds and another 1 dead, so 4 dead in total.
Slayer Spartan is now going to open fire. I'm going to power the Machine Spirit, the las cannon, the quad las cannon into the Land Raider, and then I'm going to fire the other las cannon at normal ballistic skill into the Rhino, followed by snap firing of the Heavy Bolter. So we'll start with the boring stuff first. Heavy Bolter, pew! Twin linked for 2 hits and
Nice.
6s again for some hull points. That'll be nice. No,
opposite.
the other side of that dice. Quad las cannon into the Rhino for 2 hits. For a penetrating hit.
Yep.
And what does it do? A kaboom!
Up goes that
With an
Rhino.
explosion of 6 inches!
Oh, 6-inch explosion. He's managed to hit 2 members of the tactical squad, 2 members of the breacher squad, 3 members of the Volkite support squad, and 2 members of the Havoc squad.
I like a big explosion. So we'll do the 2 tactical squad first. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
1 dead.
You might want to look up, sir. That one to Sergeant.
Look out, sir. Fails. Armor save. Fails. Sergeant's dead.
Sergeant's dead. Oh, disaster. Moving on to the breaching squad. 2 wounds. Fails. The Iron Havoc's at the back. 1 wound.
Oh, I don't want this guy to die.
Oh! Launcher down. And then Volkite support troops. Oh, 2 wounds on the Volkite
Come on,
squad.
now, can I save an
Oh,
armor?
no,
Jesus
guys.
Christ.
I'll take that. Now that we've resolved that catastrophic explosion,
Bollocks.
the other quad las cannon is firing into the Land Raider, so 2 shots, twin linked, 1 hit, strength 9, I need 5s to glance, 6s to pen.
Don't you dare.
No,
Good.
nothing this time round.
Don't you
It
dare.
was worth it the first time. Second Slayer Spartan is going to be opening fire with its 2 quad las cannons, 1 at full ballistic skill, 1 using power of the Machine Spirit at the first Contemptor Dreadnought. Hope here is I'll actually take it down, and then I'll be able to move on to an opposite target. Fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. So, 4 las cannon shots twin linked. We like it a twin link. 3 hits. Front armor's only 13, so looking at 4s to glance. 2 penetrating hits, 2 saves on that.
5 up invulns. No,
No,
they go
2
through.
penetrating hits go through. And +1 is 6. It's immobilized.
Immobilized
Which
and
is
stunned.
catastrophic for a Dreadnought because it doesn't you can get the rear armor. Oh no! Dreadnought in trouble. Their support coming in hot. So I'm going to fire both of the las cannons at the Latin Raider and the multi-melter and power the machine spirit, the vengeance launchers, into the Rhino. I'm going to go for the back of the Rhino because that way I've got less chance of scattering forwards and hitting my troops. But fingers crossed it'll pan out. So anyway, first things first. 2 las cannon shots twin linked. Both hit. Multi-melter, multi-misser. Oh, it hits.
Yes.
So I'll do the multi-melter first.
On a
It
6.
is in range, so it requires a 6 because I'm not within thingy. But the las cannons, so 5 for the las cannons. Nil
Nothing.
point. Nothing from that arsenal. And then we've got the Havoc Launcher, so I'll fire the Havoc
Vengeance Launcher.
The Vengeance Launcher! So we've worked the Vengeance Launcher out. I have managed to clip 2 Space Marines and the Rhino both twice because both were direct hits. So I'm going to do the 4 hits on the tactical squad first. So 4 hits, only 1 wound.
Excellent. Full armor save. Of course I
Of
failed.
course he dies, and then the 2 hits on the vehicle needing 6s to get through because it's strength 5 on the front armour. So I fail, only managing to
In
get
the,
10.
in the box to count.
Oh, in the box to count, come on!
Yay!
Glance on the vehicle. The Seeker Squad is going to go against their standard disciplines, and they are actually going to do some tank hunting with their combi melters. So I'm going to kick off with the 4 models that are actually within melter range. So these are hitting on 2s for all of them.
Nice.
And then I've got 2 guys who are in long range, so therefore not melter range, who actually both hit. So I'll do these ones first because they are strength 8.
Side armor 11.
So 1 pen and 1 fail. And then I've got the first one fails,
These are
second
the
one
range ones, yeah.
penetrates, third one penetrates, fourth one
So
penetrates.
4
4 penetrating
hits.
hits, which we're going to roll independently.
Yeah, because this is a squadron, so they can roll over. So the first one,
So the first one
AP1.
fails, takes a whole point. Second one,
Same again. So first predator's down to 1 hull point,
and
and that takes him out. So and then the last one.
come on, roll big.
That
Plus
was a
2
6,
sixes to
immobilized.
immobilise.
So this predator dies. This predator is immobilized.
The Land Raider Proteus now, they're going to engage the Predator Squadron some more. Could argue the toss that I should have engaged this first because now one of these las cannons is conferring a cover save because it's hold down, although I can see the back, so it's going to be getting its 3 up cover. However, the other las cannon is square in the side of that vehicle and is going to hopefully cause some serious damage. So, first things first, the las cannon that confers a cover save. Misses.
Twin
Twin
link.
linked. Hits. It penetrates, but do you save on a 3 up? You do. One of the side armour hits and penetrates.
Because it's side armor 11.
No
save
saving
at all.
throw. What does it do?
+1.
+1.
Weapon
5. Weapon
destroyed.
destroyed. Now there's a lot of guns on this. The nearest sponsor is going to be 1. The top heavy bolter is going to be 2. The far heavy bolter is going to be 3. 4 is going to be the Predator cannon. So we'll re-roll 5s and 6s. It's going to be re-roll 5s and 6s.
What's this
2.
chain? 2.
It's the Pintle bolter on the top has gone.
But-
Not too bad.
He's also down to 1 hull point, and this is the immobilizer.
The Deathsworn Land Raider Phobos is going to do some cheeky. So I'm going to power the Machine Spirit, the left sponson, into the side armour of that Predator. It's got a nice clear view to the side armour, and hopefully I can strip that last hull point before it traverses its autocannon and starts causing some damage. The remainder of the shots are going to be going straight into the Rhino in front, and I'll be snap firing the heavy bolters, but I'll do the las cannon first. So I'll start with the Rhino. So las cannon first into the Rhino, it hits and penetrates. Heavy bolters, Daka, 1 hit, twin linked. No, come on, another 6, and it's a glance.
So you blow me up. It's dead either way.
Do I blow you up? I do
You
not.
don't.
But it is a wreck.
That's 2 hull points off it, so down my Rhino goes.
Second last cannon is going to engage the Land Raider, the Predator side. So again, hitting on 3s, twin linked, so 1 hit. And I need that glorious 2 or more. So it's a penetrating hit, quite comfortably so. And it is a 5. So not too worried because that's the final hull point on the vehicle, reducing that Predator squadron to a single model. Deathsworn shooting. Now I'm being a bit bold here and more possibly a bit stupid. But I'm going to throw one of my Jägermar stasis bombs from that unit. So these weapons are relics of the Dark Age and they are a bit nasty. However, first things first, they get hot.
Please get hot.
So on the roll of a 1, it gets hot and doesn't work. It
Yeah!
gets hot and it doesn't work. Does he make his armour save? He does. So no Jaeger stasis bomb for me. And looks like I'm going to have to resort to bolt pistols and axes. Boom!
I am so glad. That profile. Read out the profile, Derek.
So the profile is Strength X because it has Fleshbane, AP2, Blast, 3 inches, gets hot, pinning.
Oh, I'm really glad that didn't go off.
Bolt pistols into the squad, so I'll start with the speaker. So his bolt pistol hits on a 2, so he hits. And the remainder of the squad hitting on 3s with preferred enemy. Not that it makes much of a difference. Forced wound, preferred enemy. So 3 wounds on the tack squad. 1 guy dies from bolt of fire. How are the Delph buffers going? So here we go, let's have a party. So, first things first, the first Slayer unit is declaring its charge against the Land Raider. The second Slayer unit is getting bold, and they're going to charge the immobilized Contemptor, the Siege Tyrants, and the Land Raider, because they want to fight! The Deathsworn are going to charge forward and do a multi-charge on the remainder of the tactical squad and the Breacher squad, and hopefully cause some serious damage if they can weather the storm of the firepower. So fingers crossed those rolls will go well. So,
I thought we were friends, Derek.
bark!
I thought we were friends.
First unit of Slayer, so with Harrow the Deathwolf, I do get a re-roll, and obviously it's a 1-inch charge, so I'm in, but the question is, how many models get in? So the first charge, I'm happy with 6 inches, that'll be nice. The second one, now this one's a bit more complicated. The Dreadnought is the primary target, so I'm automatically in, and we will see how far I get. So on that roll, I get a 4. I'm going to re-roll, because I want more.
Lovely.
8, I'll take it.
8.
That's all of them.
Overwatch from that Dreadnought. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from his Kheres. He misses entirely from his Bolter. He misses, but it's twin-linked. And he misses entirely.
No Overwatch for you.
Overwatch. And then right at the back, I need a lot more dice
One
for
more
that.
dice.
Overwatch. These 2 squads being multi-charged against the Deathsworn. Starting with the Breacher squad, I've got 3 Melters to go first, so obviously hitting on 6s. 1 Melter hit,
Does it wound?
and 1 Melter wounds.
1 guy goes down.
Excellent. Oh, do you not get to say? No, of course. 2 up armour and no field of base. And this is the Bolters, so this is bolting from 12 men. Obviously all in rapid fire range. Grand total of 3 hits. I can't roll 6s like you do, Derek. Was that a 6?
You're only jealous. Take it as a 6. It's fine with me.
I didn't see. So that is 4 hits and no wounds. Excellent. Bolter shots from the 8 tactical squad hitting on 6s. That was a bit better.
They did a lot better.
They're a bit closer. I mean, they're a bit more scared, so you can't. It's spray and pray, very American. Wow, I'm not wounding though. 1 wound.
1 wound. So 1 saving throw of a 2 up. Which I successfully make.
I'm really glad I rolled all those
And
dice.
now, crunch time.
Fail.
Here comes the charge with reroll.
No.
I'll take the 11-inch charge.
That's not a
Thank
fail,
you very
Derek.
much. Grey Slayer Sword assaulting the Land Raider. Now, it might be foolish to attack a Land Raider, but there are 4 Power Fists in this unit and a Sergeant with a Melta Bomb. So, going in initiative order.
And what happens special to your Power Fist and Melta Bombs when you charge? Well, not the Melta Bomb.
Not the Melta Bomb, but the Power Fist. Because I have Furious Assault, I gain +1 strength when I charge. Therefore, my Power Fist is actually strength 9.
So you can pen me.
So I can indeed pen you. So first things first, we've got 4 models of Power Fist, so that's 8 attacks, hitting on 3s for that many. And then we're looking at 5s to glance, 6s to penetrate. Come on, the big numbers. 2 glancing hits.
So he's down to 1 hull point.
Down to 1 hull, and then the Sergeant with his Melta Bomb hits.
Ooh.
Come on, kaboom!
Needing a 6.
It's
He's
a penetrate.
So it's gone. Does it blow
And
up?
hits. Come on!
Doesn't explode.
Doesn't explode.
Land Raider down. That's my Terminators piled out. Now pinning because they got taken out of a vehicle, but they pass.
So what we have here is we've got multiple combats on the go. One which was already going on, which we're going to start with first because he is initiative 5. So now he is no longer outnumbered in combat due to the addition of 4 Slayers. He is no longer going to gain the Rampage rule, so he's only got his 3 attacks. So 3 attacks hitting on 3s, all hit. And strength 5 wounding on 3s, 6s rend.
Oh,
1
come
rend,
on, Derek.
1 wound. So take the wound first, please.
Normal board
Fine, and the rend.
on my invuln. So you do kill the last of the siege tyrants without them getting to fire a shot.
Swinging at the Land Raider with the Slayer squad, I'm going to use 2 of the Power Fists that are there in base to base, and the Sergeant will use his Melta bomb. So kicking off with the Fists first, bearing in mind these are Strength 9 attacks.
I know it's a bit out of initiative order, but it's just to help us with this combat, and obviously the Land Raider doesn't swing back.
Because it's huge. And glancing on 5, so 2 penetrating hits on that one.
Nice.
The Melta bomb misses, so the 2 penetrating hits at AP2, so +1. Do nothing, but 2 hull points worth of damage. I'll take that.
The 5 is a weapon destroyed. Ooh. The 4 goes to a 5 for a weapon destroyed. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, you've got a Pintle again. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, 1.
1. Last cannon on this
side. Now they're going to be going on to the Siege Breaker. I've got a total of 12 attacks from 4 models. I do have +1 weapon skill and +1 strength. So I am hitting on 4s because his weapon skill 5. Not my best roll, but strength 5 on toughness 4, 3s to wound, 2 saves. No modifier.
No, so 2 up armour. Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Fine.
Slayer's swinging in at the Dreadnought now, kicking off an initiative step 4. So the Dreadnought will be swinging back, but he's at -1 attack due to he's immobilised. So I'm going to start with the standard troops here, and just as a reminder, they are actually strength 5 attacks because of their furious charge. So hitting on 4s.
I'm immobilised, you auto hit.
Oh, dirty!
So that's your
right, so that is 1 penetrating hit. And that is all, but you will get your saving throw.
Yep, 5 up involved.
Which he fails, so takes a hull point and goes down because he's on his last hull point, but he will get the swing.
I've only got 2 attacks because 3 based down to 2 with an immobilised result. I do hit twice and I wound twice.
So the combat shields of the guys are in base-to-base contact, so 5 up inverns, both guys die. Inglorious combat!
He does take them out. Quick caveat, we did forget, Derek did do a multi-charge, so it should have been a few attacks down, but with the weight of attacks, it's been absolutely fine. He did no damage here and he did damage here, but it's been absolutely grand. Swinging back with my Siege Breaker now, he has 3 attacks. So hitting on 4s, because on the charge, wolves have +1 weapon skill, so I hit once. And I wound no times, which means I lose combat horrifically. However, Perturabo gives me stubborn, so I'm still leadership 9. I would really like to stay in combat.
Run! Now, because Space Wolves must pursue as part of their Rite of War, it's initiative off time, baby.
Oh, I'm initiative 5.
You get away.
So I get away.
You get away.
How far do I run? I run a mighty 5. How far do you consolidate, Derek?
I consolidate 5 inches because I get +1 to my consolidation, so 5 inches towards more things to murder. And now the wolf gets to consolidate as well. Well, this could be interesting. How
does
far
the wolf hunt me down?
Oh, he's initiative 5.
On
He
a
could.
6, the wolf comes
on a
down.
6, come on! Hunt him down and bite his head off. No such luck. Consolidation, he only gets 3 inches. Deathsworn on their multi-charge, charging both the breachers and the tactical squad will now move into their combat. I have declared a challenge with the Speaker for the Dead, and the Sergeant has bravely, but possibly foolishly, accepted. So because he's got a great force weapon, I am striking at initiative, -1 initiative, so I'm initiative 4. However, I am also making a decided charge because I've charged 2 units who's only going to be getting his 3 attacks. So 3 attacks, weapon skill 6, so hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because preferred enemy infantry, so all hit. And strength 5,
3s to kill.
2, 3s to murderize. Ooh!
Just the Sergeant there.
Re-rolling.
Preferred enemy.
So that is 3 models down from the Speaker himself on the tactical squad.
Striking back at initiative 4. So the gentlemen that the Speaker just killed do get to swing back. Obviously, the Deathsworn are all using axes. Tactical squad striking first, so 7 of them. Hitting on 4s.
Ooh,
Not bad. Wounding on 4s. For a grand total of 2 wounds.
So 2 saves on 2 ups on the Deathsworn.
They're all
Both
5.
successful.
Breachers have piled in. Sergeant has a Thunderhammer, so he's going last, but that's 13 attacks from the Breachers. Hitting on 4s. That's half of them. And then wounding on 4s For a grand total of 3, 4, 5. Feel 2 up and then feel no pain.
So 2 ups.
Oh,
2 guys die, but feel no pain.
Come on. One
guy
taken
died.
out.
However, because they are Deathsworn, they will still get to attack because that is the dreams of the Deathwolf.
Filth.
Deathsworn initiative step 1 are swinging back, and they are swinging back furiously against the tactical squad. So first things, we're going to have 3 of the Deathsworn fighting the tactical squad, and the remaining 6 will fight the breaches. So the first unit, or the first stage should I say, 9 attacks onto the tactical squad, hitting on 3s. No 1s to re-roll, that's a bonus. However, strength 5, AP 2, looking at 3s to butcher. So that is 4 dead tactical.
Re-roll the 1 preferred enemy.
Re-roll the 1. So 5 dead tactical marines, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The entire squad. 18 attacks now from the Deathsworn into the breaches before the sergeant gets to swing with his thunderhammer. Again, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for preferred enemy infantry. Re-roll some 1s. I'll take that. And then again, strength 5, 3s to wound because they have breaching shields, so they have a 5 up invuln. Re-rolling 1s. Ooh, not the best, but not bad at all. So that is a total of 7 saving throws of your invuln on your breaches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Not bad, you only lose 3 models.
3 men down, and then my Thunderhammer gets to swing in. So hitting on 4s.
2
Hits
hits.
twice. Wounding on 2s. Killing on 2.
Killing on 2s.
Excellent.
1 guy dies,
One
so
more
2
in reply.
of the Deathsworn died because 1 died at initiative step 4 but still got to swing back,
Yeah.
and then 1 died in the actual combat with the sergeant.
So I definitely lose. However, I'm stubborn because Purty's still here. So I'm leadership 9. My sergeant's still there. And they hold the flank.
Hold the line! And finally, for the end of the combat phase, we have Russ versus Perturabo. Again, I'm splitting my attacks. I'm going to have 4 attacks with my sword because hopefully the sword's going to do the extra damage I need.
No!
So, 4 attacks hitting on 3.
Tank, so I can send 2 dreadnoughts
Yeah.
into you.
And then we have, with Shred, 2 wounds.
No, only
No,
1 wound.
1 wound,
It's,
so 1 save of your invuln, or you take the
on.
extra wounds.
No!
Oh! So toughness test.
So he takes a wound and then toughness test, which he
Fails.
fails.
So he takes an additional 1 wound
so he's
at
down
AP
to 2 wounds
No,
now.
it's AP2, you do get a save.
Oh, I get a save. I
Get
get
your
save.
save.
Come
Don't forget your
on.
save.
3 up invuln. No! So he is
2
down to
wounds.
2.
And then in comes the axe.
No, don't
As
do
if
it,
he
D.
wasn't finished.
Don't do it, D.
Master
Crafted.
crafted. 2 hits.
Oh, no.
Strength 8. Come on
Don't
now.
do
Come
it.
on. 2 wounds. 2 saves with 3 up. Oh, Purdy's going down. Oh, he's down to 1 wound.
But he's alive. And that's
On
all
the
that matters.
skin of his teeth, he lives.
Christ! Don't fail me, Purdy. Right, 4 attacks back, hitting on 5s, because Russ is bullshit.
No hits.
Bullshit!
No hits.
Start of my turn 2, and my reserves. Please God, my reserves. So Zyphon
Let him
on
have
a 3
some
up.
reserves.
Yes!
1 Zyphon.
And the javelins are in. Javelins outflanking. 1, 2, that flank. 3, 4, this flank. 5, 6, I pick. 5, 6, I pick.
Come
in! I need some men! Iron Warriors turn 2 movement. Sorry, I forgot to show you. I did roll the rallying of the Siegebreaker, and he did rally. He rolled an 8, so he's back. So, I'm not going to lie, things are looking a bit desperate. I had to talk to Derek, and I was thinking, If I can stop his squads getting deep in my lines, I stand a chance. Unfortunately, they have got deep, so I've enacted panic protocol. But on this flank, the breaches have moved up. Because of Hammer Olympia, I can rapid fire and charge. And the remains of the tactical squad have moved up. They're going to be the fodder for the Overwatch before the breaches go in to clear up this flank, which saves me this entire side. I brought in the javelins down on the bottom here. As the line dictates in the gravel, that's as far forward as they could come before they got augury scanned by the Volkites, but they are ready. They've only moved 6, they can fire literally everything, and they're going to open up into this Slayer squad. If I can stop Derek holding my flag, he's not gaining those 5 points. The Terminators that were pulled out of this Land Raider have moved forward. They've got options. If the Slayers get hit hard, they will also add that firepower and go in and try and wipe the squad. If not, potentially got a charge over here, potentially got a charge up here. This Dreadnought will be going in to help Perturabo because, dear God, does he need help. This Dreadnought is going to Melta Geigor Fell-Hand to stop him helping.
Because he's too honourable to charge into combat.
No, God, no. And then, I mean, if miraculously Perturabo survives, he will be helping against Russ as well. Autocannons at the back have been joined by the Siegebreaker and the Predator, and the Terminators from this Land Raider have got out as well, and they will be focus firing onto this big blob here. Because again, if I can stop them capturing my flag, that's 5 points they're not gaining. Xiphon flew in, and his entire objective is to take out the Storm Eagle in the sky, which has a full complement of Slayers as well. If I can blow it up in the air, that's them taking a big Strength 10 AP 2 hit for all of them. And again, saved my flag. Breaches over here, for want of another word, are fucked, but at least they're holding. And
at least you're honest.
At least I'm honest. And again, just keep them back! Keep them back! It's looking a bit dire for the Iron Warriors. First things first in my shooting phase, what really matters to me, which is stopping more wolf reinforcements coming, which means the Xiphon is going to try and take out the Storm Eagle carrying the Slayers, firing everything against it. Are you going to jink, Derek?
Yes, I will be mostly jinking.
I will be mostly jinking. So I will fire the 2 twinning las cannons first, hitting on 3s. Both hit. Your armour 12, so I need 3s to glance. That is 1 pen.
So
4 up drink. You don't
fails,
drink.
it goes through.
Come on.
No, don't roll me. Yes.
So 1 whole point, but just shaken. Now the rotary missile launcher hitting on 3s as well. 1 hit. Strength 8, so I need 4 to glance. Nothing!
No!
Oh, complete failure from the
Disaster.
Xiphon. This Land Raider with its 1 remaining las cannon is also going to fire up at the Storm Eagle, because if I get lucky, it might die.
Oh, can't be lucky.
6 re-rolling.
Reroll.
No!
No, what?
Dreadnought in the centre now is going to kill Geigor. So
He's only killing Geigor because I was honourable. I could have charged with a Perturabo, but Russ wasn't. Oh, never mind.
Russ would have been annoyed.
He would have been angry enough for taking the charge, but if that Dreadnought gets in combat, all bets are off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, multi-melter, hitting on a 2. Good. Wounding on a 2. Geigor's dead.
5 up invert.
What? No! Didn't know he had an invuln. Bollocks.
Now you have to use your boller.
Now I have to charge him as well. Right. He hits him twice. Didn't realise he had an invuln. 1 wound.
He gets moved off the boller.
I'll charge you then. Bye. That's it. Commence operation. Clear the field of scoring units. The Javelins are going to fire everything they've got into this Slayer squad here. They have got Hunter Killers as well. So and I've only moved 6 inches, so I can fire everything at full. Starting with the multi-melters, hitting on 2s. That is 2 hits, and wounding on 2s for 1 wound.
That's 1 guy dead.
One's
There's no
dead.
shields at the back.
Excellent. Right then. Now, Hunter Killers hitting on 2s, not twin-linked. So they all hit for 6. And then 6 more shots hitting on 2s, twin-linked. So that is a total of 11 missile hits. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And wounding on 2s for 9.
So I need to be very specific about how I'm going to do this. Now the first 3 guys are going to die to the missiles because I can't feel no pain. There is no combat shields at the back. So dead, dead, and dead. Now the next nearest model is the Apothecary, who I need to do a lookout Sir roll for because he is a character in the unit. So therefore I'll be looking out Sir onto the models with combat shields because they'll actually get a saving throw. So look out Sir, he's successful.
Combat shield.
Combat shield fails, so he dies. Look out Sir, successful. Combat shield, he dies. Look out Sir, passed. Combat shield, failed. That's another shield.
In
the tray. He's still dead.
Yeah, good.
Not that guy dead. Right, so that's 4.
Still another 5 to go.
Come on, look out, Sir.
Not 5.
Failed. So the medic is now dead, so
Yeah,
now
so
no
it's
fuel, no pain. Then the next nearest models within line. So that was that one. So 3 more, wasn't it? So 1 and 2 and 3, because they're the nearest models. Pain and suffering.
9 wounds, 9 kills in total. A good start.
I would say that's a horrific start.
Continuing fire into the same unit. This Cataphracti squad that got out of the Wreck Land Raider is now firing into them. So starting off with 3 combi bolters, hitting on 3s. Twin links, they all hit, that's wonderful. And wounding on 4s. For a grand total of 4 wounds.
4 saving throws from the combi bolt to fire.
Kills
1
a man.
fails.
Good, good. Then I have a combi plasma. So he doesn't get hot and he hits once. So he wounds. Have you got involved?
So I've got invuln, so the closest models have combat shields. So 6
Oh,
up
he
invuln and he
lives.
makes it.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
And then the Reaper autocannon hits
2
twice.
shots.
Wounding on 2s. 1
1
wound.
wound. 1 3-up saving throw, which saves.
But another
model
one
down
dead
from the
before I
fire.
charge in. Good. The breaches and the tactical squads are both going to fire into this squad of tactical support marines. Starting with the 4-man tactical squad. Obviously, I'm in rapid fire range, and with Hammer of Olympia, it doesn't matter. I'll still be able to charge. So 8 shots hitting on 3s. That's a lovely 5 hits. And wounding on 4s. In the box to curve. 1 wound.
So 1 wound, 1 saving throw. Standard trooper who saves.
The squad now trying to do a bit better than the tactical squad. Firing into this opponent tactical support squad. Melta's first, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Killing on 2s.
2
2 dead
dead.
from Melta fire. And then 13 men rapid firing into them as well with bolters. That is a lovely amount of hits. And then wounding on 4s. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 men before the sergeant, 13 wounds.
How lucky are we? So first 5. 2 guys die. So 3 guys remain before the sergeant.
Whoa.
Oh. So I've got that.
2 guys.
2 guys left. They're fine. 2 guys again. Fine. So catastrophically, I am down to 2 models and the sergeant remaining.
Everything else in my army is now going to fire into this squad of slayers, basically, because I need to stop them from getting anywhere near the objective. On that note, I'm going to start by firing the missile launcher Iron Havocs into them. 2 of them will confer a cover save, so I'll fire them first. Hitting on 2s. So 1 hit and wounding on a 2. It does wound.
So 5 up cover. Failed, he died.
Kills a guy. And then there's 3 more hitting on 2s and wounding on 2s for 3 more.
Now this guy's got combat shields, so
Yep.
2 combat shield guys before we get to the next package. So first combat shield guy on a 6. Combat shield guy on a 6.
No.
Oh, he died. Other combat shield. Oh,
Taken out.
so 2 guys.
3 guys total though. Excellent. The Volkite support squad is going to Volkite Gary, because bastard Gary shot down my siege tyrants.
Ate them.
Hate them. And I will remove his armor save with my Volkite and take him down to just feel no pain. So hitting on 3s. Excellent. We want the wolves dead. And wounding him on 4s because he's toughness 5. No, I'm strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Lovely. So that is 3 feel no pains. He has
3
2.
feel no pains. Come on, I've got 2 wounds. Don't die.
He doesn't die.
He does not
The
die.
deflag.
Deflag.
Wounds. Come
Oh.
on. 5 up to live.
So 5 up saving throw and then 5 up feel no pain because you don't
No
get...
saving. Oh yes, you do. Yeah.
So that's the armour save fail.
Sorry,
But
yes.
feel no painer is down.
No!
He's alive on one wound.
Balls! I forgot you got
Oh, he's on my wound.
Predator now firing into the Slayers. He hasn't moved, so he gets to fire full with everything. Starting with his autocannon, 4 shots. Hitting on 3s, that was terrible. Wounding on 2s, that was even worse.
Oh, what?
And then 9 heavy bolter shots. And these have their splinter rounds, I think you said they're called, Derek?
Shrapnel.
Shrapnel rounds, so they will be causing pinning. That is a decent 5 hits, and wounding on 3s for 4 wounds.
4 wounds, so 4 saving throws of my 3 up. So
1 dead.
Failed, but feel no
yeah,
pain.
of
This
course.
medic is still alive. So I have taken a wound and therefore must take a pinning test, which I'll take now. Now Slayers must re-roll failed pinning tests. So I'm leadership 10 because Russ is on the table.
You're right,
I
you don't
pass
care.
on double. I don't
You
even
don't
care.
care.
They shoot me in the face.
Iron Havoc autocannons now firing into that Slayer squad. 20 shots, hitting on 2s. So that is average, 15. And then wounding on 2s. And obviously Derek will get full armour save and apothecary save. So that was 14 wounds.
Saving throws, I've got 6 models before the sergeant, so I'm going to roll these straight off the bat because I've got my 3 up and my feel no pain. So 6 troopers. Oh no.
Good.
Feel no pain. So 2 guys dead. And then I'm down to 4 there. So 4 before the sergeant.
Good.
Oh no.
Keep it up.
Feel no pain.
Oh, why is it with your feel no pains?
1 more dead. So now down to 3 guys left. Come on. Feel no pain. Yep,
Good.
that's another one. That's 4 down.
Each of this is 50 less attacks, so I'm glad about that.
Last model. Save. So 4 Slayers down.
Siegebreaker firing in now. I would love to throw his Phosphex bomb, but because he rallied, he can't throw a template weapon, so I'm just snap shooting his weapon, which hits once
Not bad going.
and wounds the once.
Will he get vengeance or no?
No.
No.
This Terminator squad now firing as well. Exactly the same as the other squad, so 3 combi bolters to begin with. Hitting on 3s, twin linked. Lovely, all hit, and then wounding on 4s. That is a wonderful, that's failed. 3 wounds.
3 wounds. I'm going to look out, sir. So I'm going to look out, sir, for 3 times. So the sergeant is going to take 2 of those. So 2 ups.
He's
He's
fine.
fine. And the board
It's
is
fine.
fine.
Now onto my plasma. So hitting on 3s, he hits the once.
Didn't melt in your
I
face.
didn't melt the face and he does wounds.
So look out, sir. There's a melon.
doesn't look out.
But he has got a 6 up saving
Of
throw
course,
because
he's
he's
got
got his
shield.
combat shield. So he fails that, but feel no
pain.
pain. Don't die, you
Yes.
can't. Oh, sergeant down.
And now my Reaper hits twice and wounds twice.
Use twice. 3, 2
There
saving
we go.
throws.
So I just take out the sergeant with that volley. Into my shooting phase, Derek has 3 morale checks to make.
So first morale check on the tech support squad with the flamers, the hall burners. They pass. The sergeant is still alive and Russ is on the table. Slayers, leadership 10. The sergeant is alive and Russ is around. So leadership 10. And they fail. They pass.
I wish they failed.
You wish. And then over on the far side, the other unit of Slayers. Do they pass? They do pass, but
crap.
only because Russ is on the table.
Oh,
Only because Russ is on the
bugger.
table.
Into my charges, and down here at the bottom, the tactical squad will charge first, followed by the breaches, into the remains of the tactical support squad. In the middle of the board, these Terminators will charge into the remains of the Slayer squad in the middle, kind of hoping to tie them up, kind of hoping to kill them, either way, avoiding fire from the Vulgarity in response. This Dreadnought, which catastrophically failed to kill Geigor, will go in and rectify that by smashing him in the face with a fist. And this Dreadnought will go and help Perturabo because God knows he needs it. Down here, we had a bit of a debate whether I charge the Iron Havocs into the Wolfy Wolf Boy, but they're heavy weapons, so I can't charge anyway, so they're not going to be charging. These Terminators will be charging into the Slayers to hold them up. And over here, this combat continues. Starting down here. Charging into flamers is always a terrible idea, so 3d3 Wall of Death.
Wall of Death! Oh, I'll take that. 7.
Ooh, nice one, nice
So
one.
7. Strength 4 hits, looking at 4s to wound. Oh, I will take that. That is 4 wounds on the unit.
4 saves to make. And...
Oh, catastrophic!
3 dead. That only needs 1 man to get in. They've swallowed that Overwatch, and he gets in. It was only a 3 needed. Breacher squad charging in. It's 5 inches, but -1 because I've got Breacher shield, meaning I need a 6 to get in and help my friend. They do that. Terminators in the centre, charging the Grey Slayers. Bolter fire from them.
So, bolt pistol fire coming in. 6s. Ooh, cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Cheeky 6s. Looking at 4s to wound. That's 2 wounds. The wolf smiles. Oh, he gets one!
This game. It was a 2-inch charge, now it's a 3-inch charge. So here we go.
Hey!
The Dreadnought's only an inch away, so he is auto into Geigor. Go on, my man. So last charge is these Terminators. So once again, Overwatch from the Slayers.
10 bolt pistols again. Oh, it's even better than the last bully.
That's unbelievable.
Their snapshots are insane. 4s to wound. Only the 1 wound.
Oh,
Will he
come on.
take one?
No.
No,
Oh,
he
thank
fails
God.
to take one.
So it's an auto in. Let's see if I can get as many men into as I can. So on a 3, it gets them all in, but it's dubious. How could I forget this Dreadnought going in to help Russ? Help Russ? Shit!
Yes,
no!
help Russ!
No!
Help the Russ!
Help Perturabo! And it's only a 2-inch, so he's auto in as well. First combat. This big blob of breaches and my lone tactical marine fighting into the tactical support squad. In total, there's 18 attacks from them combined. My sergeant has a thunder hammer, so he's going last. Hitting on 4s. Not bad, not bad. And wounding on 4s. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds.
10 wounds.
Goody gumdrops.
So I have got 2 guys before the sergeant, so I'm going to roll these 2 at a time. So 2 troopers,
Dead.
1 guy dies. 1 trooper,
He's okay.
trooper.
He dies.
He
Rest
dies.
onto your sergeant.
So how many's left now? 6 more.
Yeah.
So 6 saving throws on the sergeant.
Roll a 1d. Statistically, there he
Oh,
goes!
he's dead. 6 attacks back. So bolt pistol cross combo weapon and counter attack. Hitting on 4s. Don't die like cowards. Take them with you. And that is 2 wounds. So 2 saving throws.
And 2
Oh, they
saves.
failed. The wall is too impenetrable.
So breaches consolidating. 2 inches and tac squad going for. Dreadnought into Geigor now. Hammer of Wrath to start things off. So it does wound.
3 up armor save because he's only got standard armor, so he's already taken 1 wound.
Yes. And then I have 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s because Geigor is the same weapon skill as I am. So that is a good 3 hits. And then 3 wounds. Yes. Now this pesky invuln save.
I don't think I can make 3 of them, but you never know. It is only a dice game at the end of the day, and he's down.
Good.
Geigor goes squish.
Bye bye Bjorn. I've got a 4 on my consolidate for that Dreadnought, and he's gone off to face the venerable Bright Claw. Down here to this Terminator squad. At initiative 4, I have 1 Lightning Claw guy. I'm hitting on 4s. And so he hits the once, and wounding on 4s with Shred, so he wounds the once.
There's no medic there, so 1 model dies.
Excellent.
Space Force swinging back. Now I've got 12 attacks from standard troopers before I move on to the Power Fists. So first things first, 12 attacks, hitting on 4s. And because I haven't charged, they are only strength 4, so wounding on 4s. For 3 armor saves of your 2
come
up.
on. I want these to survive so I get all my Chainfist attacks back.
Ooh,
1 goes down.
1 guy dies. I'll take that. Then swinging in, we have the Huskar with his Great Frost weapon with his 3 attacks. So Master Crafted for 1 hit and strength 5. 1 wounded 8b2, so
Invuln.
1 guy dies from that.
So I only have 2 guys remain. 2 Terminators left at my initiative step 1 to swing back. That's 6 attacks with their Chainfist. hitting on 4s.
No,
That's what I like to see.
That's not what I like to see.
And then 2s to, I'd say kill, but Derek's got shields, so that is 3
Three
saves.
wounds, so there's one model in base to base with the shield, so I'm going to take this first save on him on a 5 of invuln, which he fails, so he dies, and then 2 of the models die as well.
So 4 killed total for me, and now Derek has an ungodly amount of power fist
before the power
swings.
fist die, I have 4 power fist models to attack who have counter attacks, so I have 8 attacks back with power fists, hitting on 4s. Not as good as yours. Not as good as yours. Wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds, however.
3 involved.
Can you make those invuns?
No! I
they
can't
are
make a single
white.
one, but there I go. Would you like to consolidate off
I
me?
would indeed like to consolidate, and I will consolidate 6 inches.
Second Terminator unit, and please do better than the first. So, once again, I have Lightning Claw at the back who can swing away first. So, hitting on 4s. He hits twice. Wounding on 4s with Shred. 1 wound. 1 wound.
1 wound, 1 dead, which takes out the
No,
power.
feel the pain.
No, oh no, yes, feel no pain, thank you, sir. Which, he still dies, so
Good.
1 model dies. Slayer's swinging back, so my standard attacks, I'm going to mix in the power swords because they don't have any additional effects in this combat. So with the Apothecary, I have a total of 15 attacks.
Reminds me, I charged you, yeah?
Yes, but I want you to charge me. So hitting on 4s.
Ooh.
That's about average. And then wounding on 4s. For 4 armor saves of
right.
your 2 up.
I mean, statistically, I should be absolutely fine. And I am. Oh, now I can make
Yes.
invuln saves. Down to initiative step 1 now. So my Chainfist swinging in. 12 attacks in total. Hitting on 4s. Not
Ooh, I like that.
great.
It's a good dice roll.
For
For me.
you. And then, so that's 4 hits. And then 2s. That is 4. Have you got combat shields? Yeah, you do.
So there's 2 guys in the front there with combat shields, so I'll take them on there first. So it's 6 ups.
They're both
Sorry,
dead.
5 ups, so they're both dead.
So 4 dead in total.
Including the 2 shields. However, we will now swing back at the same initiative step.
Yep.
I'm going to start with the 2 power fists, so 4 attacks from the power fist, hitting on 4s.
Good.
So 2 hits and wounding on 2s.
Excellent.
So 1 wound.
Invuln, which he makes.
And then we've got the glorious Axe of the Wolf. So
Boom.
there's 2 power axes in there, so they gain their extra attacks. So hitting on 4s, not too shoddy, and then wounding on 3s because they be strength 5. Oh, I'll take that. That is 3 wounds.
3 invulns. I make 2, so 1
Oh,
Terminator
one guy
dies. So I win the combat. Derek, I win by 4, so Derek is down to leadership 5. The sergeant's dead, but Russ being on the field brings him up a bit.
So
and he has a
leadership,
Vexilla.
leadership 5 with reroll. Come on.
So
Failed. Come on, the reroll. Do not flee. They do not flee.
They
They,
do not
are
flee.
wolves. They are holding their ground.
Combat between the Deathsworn and the Breachers. Breachers go first, as it's my round of combat. There's 11 normal men. Sergeant has a Thunderhammer, so he goes at initiative 1. So normal men hitting on 4s. Do you cause fear, by the way?
No, they are fearless.
You're fearless, but you don't cause fear, right? Well, that's something. So I do hit on 4s. And then I wound on 4s. 4 wounds.
4 wounds, 4 2-up armor saves,
Ooh.
and feel no pain.
Come on. Good.
2 guys died, but because of Dreams of the Death Wolf, they will be attacking back. That's full swing.
I was just about to say, good. That's 1,000,000 attacks less.
No!
Turns out no.
No hope for you. But in initiative step 3, the speaker will swing his Great Frost weapon. So swinging in with his Great Frost weapon, mastercrafted. Thankfully, a superior weapon skill allows 2 hits. Strength 5. So that is only 1 wound.
Invuln save. Breach of shield.
Saves. Deathsworn swinging in with their axes. Obviously, 2 will die at the end of this regardless. 3 attacks a model. Shed loads. Do some damage.
And third enemy.
Rerolling 1s.
That was a good roll.
3. You do not hit.
Third. Excellent. Gets you 3 more.
And strength 5. Strength 5, 82. Do the damage. Rerolling 1s.
Yep. Nice.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 wounds.
Oh! 10 invuln saves or death. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead.
Whoa! But the sergeant will
Sergeant
be
does
getting
get the
straight
swing.
back with his thunderhammer.
Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Knacking on a 2. He knacks on a 2.
Kills another one. So 3 of the Deathsworn are dead.
So I very definitely lose, but combat resolution doesn't matter because Perturabo is somehow still alive despite my best efforts. So I am stubborn. On leadership 9, they pass, and I hold up the Deathsworn breaches for the win. Into the combat that we all really care about, which is the Russ and Perturabo and a Dreadnought. So Dreadnought's Hammer of Wrath goes first into Russ, wounding him on a 4, I believe. No, it'll be 3s because I'm strength 7. So it does wound him, but he gets his full arm save.
2 armor.
No!
Oh, he takes a wound.
Feel it, Russ.
Right on the side.
Feel it!
Perturabo has literally got a Dreadnought in a sock, and he's just socked.
So Perturabo with Forge Breaker can't hurt him, but a Dreadnought running full headlong rugby tackling can. Anyway, Russ still gets to go first, so what are you going to do, D?
I'm going to split my attacks, because as my right as Russ, I shall. So I'm going to go with 4 attacks on the sword. They are going to go against Perturabo, and then I'm going to smack the Dreadnought in the face with an axe.
Wise. Very wise.
So 4 from the sword.
Ooh. Wounding on 4s with Shred.
That will be 1
One
wound.
it's enough.
Oh, die, you coward!
3 up or dead.
Oh, he lives! And 2 axes to the face of the Dreadnought.
Hitting on 3s.
Mastercrafted.
Nice
2
one.
hits.
Strength 8
Sunder.
Sunder. So 5s.
Sunder! No!
Nothing. A reprieve.
I should have hit Perturabo in the face with an axe.
Perturabo and the Dread now. Perturabo, 4 attacks, hitting on 5s. He hits the once. 2 to wound. He wounds. Come on, fail
Come
it.
on, the Russ!
He passes, so he's
That's
not
the
concussed or
game!
blind.
However, the Dreadnought
Now the
swinging
Dreadnought hitting on 4s. Excellent. Wounding on...
in. 5s. No.
No. It's next round would be 5s. And 2s to wound, so that is 2 wounds.
2
Involved.
saves.
He
He
failed
takes 1 wound.
Down to
So
4.
far, the Dreadnought has officially done more damage to Russ than Perturabo has managed.
200% more damage. Now, do I heal on Perturabo on the roll
Bum,
of
bum,
a 5 up?
bum.
No,
No.
so I stay on 1 wound. But
No.
the Wolf King bleeds.
So reserves, I still have my fire up gunship and a small squadron of javelin fighters. So javelins first are not on.
Good.
Fire Raptor is on!
Boom.
Here comes the pain!
No.
Space Wolf's turn 3 movement. So my first Spartan has decided to do a turn in place to bring all of its weapon systems to bear on the Javelin Squadron, which is now bearing down and it's going to cause some serious damage. The Slayer unit has moved up in preparation to charge the Dreadnought and support Russ by taking out that Dreadnought and leaving the fight to Perturabo himself. The Volkite support squad with the Master of Signals is holding position because now they can actually get some long range shots off, hopefully at the breaching unit and the remaining tactical marine at the side to hold my ground. The Fire Raptor has come in, going to be going all guns blazing with this bad boy. I've deliberately stayed out of range of the autocannon's augury scanners so I can actually get the fire up before I get shot down. Second Spartan has repositioned so it can bring its quad las cannons to bear on that Dreadnought who killed Geigor. Vengeance must be had. The Storm Eagle has dropped into hover mode and disgorged 19 more Slayers with another Apothecary, because why not? Over on this side, the Land Raider Phobos has moved just slightly in place, so again it can bring its firepower to bear to the same Contemptor Dreadnought, because I want that dead. Let Russ have his fight. Combat's still going on here, and over on this side I actually have quite an amusing situation going on here. The Seekers have decided to board the Land Raider, nudge the Rhino off the table, and just move straight down in preparation to start pushing towards the enemy lines. Space Wolf's turn 3 shooting. Now the Spartan has only turned in place, so therefore it can fire all of its weapon systems. The plan here is to fire the 2 quad las cannons straight into the Javelin Squadron and the heavy Boltec, the lone tactical marine. He's only a single man. So I'll start with the lone tactical marine. I'm going to shoot him in the face with bolters. All hit. Only 2 wounds. And he lives!
Saves, excellent.
So then the 2 quad las cannons fire at the javelins. Ah, you're familiar with Jink, I see.
Yes.
4 quad las cannons firing in. 3 hits. Looking at 2s to glance. That is 3 penetrating hits, sir.
That would be 1
One
penetrating
goes
hit.
through, and it is not enough.
No.
So a single hull point from a las cannon. Tactical support squad with the Volkite Culverins. Only 7 are actually in range, but they will be engaging the breaching unit to try and cause some damage at range. See if I can't prevent their advance a little. So I have 14 shots, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s. Oh, I like it a lot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 wounds on the unit.
4 men before the sergeant. 3 men before the sergeant. Still 3 men before the sergeant. 2 men, but only 1 more to take. Lovely. So 2 dead so far, but D flag.
D flag.
Wounds
Successful.
Twice again, and kills another
The
2.
2.
4
Beautiful.
in total.
4 models down. Hail of Fenris is coming in. My fire raptor gunship, and splitting its fire. So I've got the right sponson engaging the javelins. I have the left sponson engaging the Contemptor Dreadnought by itself. The same Contemptor Dreadnought is also getting 2 missiles to the face because I don't like it no more. And the Iron Havocs will be receiving that chain gun at point blank range to the face. So starting with the Reaper autocannon into the javelins, which have already jinked. All hits.
I know he hit on 3s because I'm a skimmer.
Oh yes. All hits.
Correction, all hits.
All hits. All hits. 4 to glance. That will be 2 glancing hits and 1 penetrating hit, please.
What would you like?
Please take the glancing hits first.
4 up drink. That's fine. And penetrate is fine.
Stop!
And penetrate
Stop saving,
is
you
fine.
cowards! Stop saving!
The white scar in me comes through.
Chain cannon is now opening up onto the squad on the front. Now these are a ground target, so I am damn well hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
So 6 shots hitting.
7.
7 shots hitting on 2s. All of them.
Wounding on 2s.
Wounding,
Killing on 2s.
murderizing on 2s. And that is 2, 4,
7
6,
dead.
7 dead Iron Havocs. Storm of Fenris opening up. Again, I'm going to do 2 missiles at the Dreadnought and the autocannon. So I'm going to fire the autocannon first. So 4 shots hitting on 2s. All hit. Strength 7, so I am looking for 6s to glance. Nil point. And then I've got my 2 missiles.
Hellstrokes, I assume.
Oh, the heavy ones. The nasty, nasty ones.
Yeah.
Both hit. Strength 8.
Sunder.
So 1 glance and 1 glance. So 1 glancing hit. Save. We fail. So 1 whole point down. The vengeance is strong with the Space Wolves. So the Spartan is going to be firing its 2 quad las cannons into that Contemptor to try and wipe it out. Twin link. All hits. Strength 9. I am looking for 4s to glance. That is only 1 penetrating hit. 1 saving throw, sir.
5 up in ball. No, it goes through.
So penetrating hit, and it's a 5, 6. So it is
Immobilized.
immobilized. The Venerable Bright Claw is going to open up with his Kheres assault cannon onto the Iron Warrior's Contemptor. So 6 shots hitting on 2s. All hit. Now I need those Wrens to actually get through that front armour. But fingers crossed we'll actually get something off the bat here. Nope, nil point. No Wrens, no damage. The Deathsworn Land Raider is going to open up with both of its las cannons at the Contemptor to see if I can't strip off that final hull point. So 2 shots, twin linked, 2 hits, strength 9, side armour 12. That's 1 penetrating hit, 1 saving throw. It's gone through, it's gonna die, but it doesn't explode. The Proteus Land Raider with the Seekers, I have opted to power the Machine Spirit 1 las cannon at full ballistic skill and snap fire the other las cannon. So I'll be firing both of these weapon systems at the Predator. So 2 las cannons, twin linked. It's not snap.
No, because one's fire,
One's
full,
full
one's
ballistic
power.
skill.
Yeah.
So 2 shots, 2 hits. Side armour 11, 2 big holes.
Nothing I can do.
Kaboom! No kaboom,
No
but
kaboom.
2 hull points.
Weapon destroyed.
Weapon destroyed. So we'll do the same again. 1 for the closest, 2 for the heavy bolter on the top, 3 for the side heavy bolter, and then 4 for the auto cannon. It is 3. It's the Far Side sponsor. Storm Eagle gunship. Now it has jinx, so I'm going to be snap firing. I was opting to fire the Vengeance launchers at the Iron Havocs and the the Siege Breaker. However, they are too dangerously close to Russ's very own pups. And if I wound that final that wound on that pup, Russ will be so angry with the pilot. I am opting not to fire the Vengeance launcher, so therefore I'm going to use the Power of the Machine Spirit to fire the multi-melter at full ballistic skill, and I'm going to snap fire both las cannons into that unit. So snap firing 2 las cannons, hitting on 6s with reroll. On this multi-melter, hits and wounds.
Kills.
Kills, Kasplats, that's 1 guy down. I'll take that. The final part of the firing phase, I chose to run my Slayers. I only managed to roll a 2, but obviously +1 for Hunter's Gate, so they've got a run move of 3, just with the full intent of charging the Land Raider, so that they can actually nail that and then move on to the Terminators. Grey Slayer squad is going to charge the Contemptor Dreadnought and take out the Contemptor Dreadnought and allow us to continue fighting Perturabo 1-on-1 in a fair fight. The Slayers are on the other side, the ones that just disembarked from the Storm Eagle. They're going to make a run, they're going to make a charge towards the Land Raider in a hope to actually strip off those last few hull points and deal with that. And the Wolf, Gary, is going to charge the remaining 2 Iron Havocs and the Siege Breaker because he's part of that unit. Grey Slayer unit, it was a 1-inch charge, I was not going to fail it, so they've just charged straight into that Contemptor. Second Grey Slayer unit, they're going to make a run for, sorry, not a run, a charge at that Land Raider. It's a 3-inch charge, but they gain -1 because they ran. And obviously, with their rules, they can do run charge. So I am in literally by the skin of my teeth. Gary's going to charge in now. It's an auto charge. However, there is going to be some Overwatch fire from 2 Iron Havocs with their auto cannons.
6s.
1 hit.
1 hit.
It can do it. It can do it.
It
It
wounds.
wounds.
Feel no pain.
Right. So feel no pain. 5 up. Come on, don't die. No! He gets gunned down before he even gets there.
God.
Over here, we've got the 5 remaining breaches versus the 3 Deathsworn and the Speaker for the Dead. At initiative step 4, it will be 4 breaches swinging in.
In on 4. Wounding on 4. It's 2 wounds.
2 wounds, 2 saving throws.
You're
Both
grand.
made. Speaker for the Dead is going to swing in now. Now he is in base to base with more than 1 model, so he will gain an additional attack. So he will be gaining 4 attacks. So hitting on 3s with reroll, because preferred enemy. And then we have strength 5, AP2 for 3 wounded models.
2 dead.
So 2 guys died from that. Now the Deathsworn swinging in on initiative step 1. 9 attacks. Rerolling 1s. My God, that's horrific. Rerolling 1s.
There we go.
So that is 5 hits. Strength 5, AP2. Rerolling 1s. 2 wounds at AP2. 2 invuns.
Another 2 dead.
Guys.
That leaves me with 1 man, and my sergeant got killed by the Speaker of the Dead because I didn't look out Sir it.
But the unit is still
I'm
leadership.
still-
No, he's not, because Golg is dead.
Golga,
But
so I'm
Perturabo is present.
My sergeant's down, Golg's dead. Perturabo's here, so I'm 8 stubborn. And he holds them once again. What an absolute champion of the 5th.
Brave or stupid?
Brave! Correction, champion of the 4th Legion. Goddamn, White Scar's still in my head.
Moving on to one of the first Slayer squads. I've only got 2 guys that can attack in initiative step 4, so they will be swinging in straight away. So, 4 attacks, 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, which saves.
Then I have a Lightning Claw at initiative step 4, so 2 attacks hitting on 4s, 1 hit,
wound.
wounding on 4 with
Come
Shred.
on. Wounds. So no armor save, but feel no pain. 5 but feel no pain. Any fails, 1 model goes down. Swinging in at initiative step 1, the 2 Slayers with their Power Fists are going to swing in. So 2 hits with Power Fists.
Nice.
Wounding on 2s. Only 1 wound.
Invuln save! Failed, so
One
you
guy
kill
goes down.
Cataphractic.
However, here comes the Chainfists of pain.
So I now have 6 attacks back, because that man died at the same initiative. So hitting on 4s, excellent.
Oh no!
2s.
And that completely decimates the remainder of those Slayers.
See?
A hard-fought butchering.
I can
butchering
kill
nonetheless.
Slayers! It's just another blob to go! Consolidate! 2 inches.
So in initiative step 1, the Slayers have moved up with their Power Fist. Now, unfortunately, only 2 of the Power Fists have actually managed to make it, so I've only got the 4 attacks with their Power Fist. Although they are strength 9 Power Fists. So hitting on 3s, not too bad. So strength 9, armor 14, looking at those 5s, none. Sergeant with Melta Bomb, misses. Disaster. So Russ is going to be attacking Perturabo with everything this time now that he's got that pack to deal with that Contemptor on his side. So kicking off with 4 attacks from his sword, hitting on 3s. 3 hits, wounding on 4s with rerolls. That will be 4 wounds.
Bad.
4 wounds, 4 saves. It only needs, 3 saves. It only needs 1 to get through.
And it doesn't!
Oh, it doesn't get through. Damn that Cataphractic armor.
Oh, yes.
Then clearly Perturabo has decided that what he really wants to go with is an axe in the face.
No! Miss.
Ooh! Mastercraft it is! Self-love! Oh, how is that even possible?
Ah, good. And now it's initiative step 5. Perturabo swings back. Oh, it's so good.
Actually gets to attack.
He's getting swing into fully into Russ, of course. Hitting on 5. No, don't worry about it, Perturabo. Don't worry. And then at the other initiative, step 4.
So because they are involved in combat with fear-causing models, the Slayers have to
They'll be afraid of Pert.
I don't think they're afraid of Pert. They're here to save the Wolf King!
Just. Right then, so initiative 4, you can't hurt my Dreadnought.
No!
So my Dreadnought will swing and he's going to throw everything at Russ because I'm going to try and bring him down. So I hit you on 5s this time. He hits you once. And 2 to wound. He wounds you.
4 up Invern. He flails again.
Yes.
So Russ is down to half his wounds. However, here comes the Pain Train Mark II. So I have 2 Power Fists, 3 Power Fists remaining in that squad, and the Sergeant is going to utilise a Melta Bomb.
Boom.
So Power Fist first, bearing in mind that the charge, so these are Strength 9. That was dull.
Good.
2 hits.
And 1 pen.
1 penetrating hit. Will he
Involved.
save? He
No.
does not.
And he is
Plus
+1
one.
is weapon destroyed.
Ooh, on a 1, 2, or 3, it's the Power Fist.
Yep.
On a 4, 5, or a 6, it's the Kheres.
It's
the
Kheres.
Kheres. I really wanted
Good.
the Power Fist.
No.
Sergeant with Melta Bomb. Hits. It will be a penetrate.
Oh no, that's a glance.
Sorry, a glance, yes.
A glance. Invuln goes off.
Goes off.
So we continue, but does Russ heal?
Does Russ heal? Russ does not heal.
Good. Iron Warriors turn 3 movement. Not much left. Oh, this hurts. So the Breacher Squad has continued its long march heading towards the objective. The lone tactical marine is leading that charge. Shuffled around a bit with the javelins. They're just going to start firing into that tactical support squad to clear it off. Iron Havocs have stayed still. Volkite support squad has stayed still. Obviously the ongoing combat in the middle of the board. Iron Havocs with the autocannons have stayed still. This Land Raider shuffled around a bit, and these Terminators are going to take on the Grey Slayers head on. I don't expect to win the fight, but if I can thin the ranks, that's all I'm after. Predator moved to add his support to the fight, and honestly, that's all I've got left. I've got a lone breacher over here. Ooh. The Xiphon, I should say, had nowhere good to be able to put it to be able to fire anything, so he has turned, he's flown off the board and he's gone into ongoing reserves. Starting off my shooting with the javelins, firing into the tactical support squad with the Volkites. So opening up the Melta first, hitting on the 6s because they are jinked. And missiles.
Twin link.
Twin link, so 1 hit so far. 1 hit is all I get, and it does wound.
It does wound. I am in cover, so I'll be
Closest
getting
man's in cover,
So
and he
8
passes.
saves.
With nothing really to shoot at. I just did run moves with the tactical marine and the breach squad. Got a 6 with the tactical, rolled a 5 with the breacher, reduces down to 4 because their shields are dead heavy like, ain't they? Iron Havocs here are going to use their flak missiles and shoot up into the Fire Raptor. You drinking, sir?
Drink.
So I hit on 2s because they do have Skyfire with flak missiles. That is a lovely 4 hits. And it's strength 7, armor 12, so I need 5s, but I got Tank Hunter. So that is 1 pen. That is 3
penetrating hits. And it is -1 cover save, so my my jinx is 5 up.
Oh, you jammy
Oh,
get.
what?
You jammy get. The pen causes you to be shaken, but you're not firing anyway. Land Raider with his 1 remaining last cannon is going to fire into the Storm Eagle that's in hover mode. So needing a 3 to hit. He hits.
I'm drinking.
Absolutely. It does pen. And you don't
Oh, it's gone through.
5 weapon destroyed. So we'll go for 1 the multi-melter, 2, 3 the last cannons, 4 the vengeance launcher. Of course, reroll. Of course, reroll. Now I can roll 6s for days. That is for the vengeance launcher.
Is gone.
I don't know if I said that was the power of the machine spirit from the last cannon. So my primary target is actually going to be the Grey Slayer squad there, and I'm going to fire my heavy bolters into them. So the Pintle-mounted one is not twin-linked and manages to miss all the times. And then the twin-linked one hits twice, hits thrice, and then wounds twice.
2 wounds, 2 saving throws, 3 up. 1 fail. Feel no pain? No. So they will be taking a pinning test as well.
Oh yeah.
So taking a pinning test from the shrapnel rounds. They are successful. They are not pinned.
Volkite support squad is going to do a long range shot into this Grey Slayer squad again, just trying to whittle them down as much as possible. All 5 of them are just in range, hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wounds.
So 6 saving throws on a 3 up.
Ooh,
Not
and Apothecary.
bad. Feel no pain. 2 guys go down.
Then Volkite takes another 1.
Armour.
Ah,
He
5. 2 dead.
2 die.
Predator that took a hammering last turn is opening up those Grey Slayers as well. Now he is shaken, so he's not firing, but every little helps. Autocannon misses. Heavy bolters
With
get
pinning.
1 hit, get 1 wound.
1 saving throw.
Ooh,
feel no
Apothecary.
pain.
Good.
Oh.
Iron Havocs with the autocannons are firing into the Storm Eagle while it's down on the ground. This is my chance to potentially drag it down. Hitting on 2s. It's 3 hits. Strength 7, armor 12.
I'm
so
jinking. Already jinking.
you've already jinked, yeah. So nothing, but I'm
Reroll.
Tank Hunter for 1 glance and 1 pen.
Ooh, which one would you like me to take first, sir?
The glance.
Glancing hit.
And a 5 up.
Fails at
Pen.
home. Penetrating hit.
It goes down.
Oh, it's down.
But it doesn't explode because I'm only AP 4. Last thing I have to fire is the Terminators, opening up into these Grey Slayers. The Reaper autocannon is the only Wazzy weapon I have left. So hitting on 3s, wounding on a 2.
Twin-linked.
Oh, is it twin-linked?
It's twin linked.
Lovely, still misses. 1 wound from the Reaper.
1 wound. 3 up. Feel no pain.
Oh,
Yes.
you didn't feel any pain. And then I have 1 combi weapon that is has already fired, so it has not twin linked, but it hits once. It doesn't wound, and then I have 2 bolters that are twin linked. They hit all the times, and they're wounding on 4s for a grand total of 2 wounds.
2 wounds. 2 saves on 3s. 1 fail.
Feel no
Feel no pain.
Oh, so another one dragged down. Straight into my charge phase now. The only charge I have to do is this Cataphracti squad trying to hold up the Grey Slayers. But they get to Overwatch me first.
So 16 bolt pistols in total. Firing in. Pew. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, I like it. My 6s.
Wow.
Oh, I'm loving it. That's 6 hits. followed by only one wound. Only one wound. It's better than nothing.
You don't kill, and it is a 4-inch charge for my Cataphractii boys.
They're in.
Starting with the combat up here, I actually get to swing first with my Breacher. 1 whole attack. He hits. He doesn't move.
Right, so swinging back, we have the Speaker of the Dead with his Great Frost Weapon, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for preferred enemy. So 2 hits, Strength 5. That is 2 wounds.
He dead.
He dead.
Would you like to consolidate?
Ooh, why don't I consolidate? I'm going to consolidate a whopping 3 inches plus 1, so 4 inches.
Combat between the Terminators and the Grey Slayers, and we have declared challenge. So my Lightning Claw is going up against Derek's Huskell. Huskell, my round, so I'll go first. 3 attacks on the charge, hitting on 4s. No, don't worry about it.
Oh no! At initiative 4, obviously I've done my move up and I have 10 models that are embraced within combat range. So I have, 10 models at initiative 4 in combat range. So that equates to 30 attacks. But thankfully they're not weapon skill 5, strength 5, they're just weapon skill 4. So I am hitting
That's why I
on
had to charge him.
4s.
It looks bad, but I had to charge. It would be far worse if I let you charge.
Oh, absolutely. No 2 ways about that, sir. No 2 ways at all. So, wounds.
And 4s as well.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wounds on the Terminators.
That's 4 to start with.
Oh, 2 guys go down already.
There's only 1 guy before the Sergeant. Oh, there we go. So the rest, do they spill onto the Sergeant?
They do, even though they're challenged.
1, 2,
Got no one to
3,
hide in.
4, 5, 6, 7,
5,
8,
5.
9.
He
But
makes it.
he's on his own.
However, initiative step 3, the Sergeant is going to be attacking with his Great Frost Weapon. 2 attacks base, 3 for counter. Re-rolling because Master Crafted, all hit, strength 5. That is 2 wounds at 8d2, invert or die.
He
dies. Bold, but foolish.
Would you like to consolidate?
I will, sir. I consolidate 2 inches.
2 inches gives you a wolf. Now into that massive melee in the middle. And once again, Russ is going first. How are you going to allocate, D?
So this time round, I'm going to do exactly what I've done all the time. So 4 attacks with the sword, 2 attacks with the axe. Perturabo will die.
No, the Logos will hold strong.
So,
this is the sword,
2 hits, yep, sword first. So 2 hits with the sword. Shred, 1 wound.
He's gone down!
He's gone down! Perturabo is down!
Even though Perturabo's down, that Dreadnought is still there. And he lost his Kheres, not his fist, so he still has 3 attacks. So hitting Russ on 5s. Oh, he only hits him the once. Wounding on a 2 though, there's the wound.
Before it been burned, he takes another wound again. The Dreadnought has done more damage to Russ than Perturabo, the Primarch of the Iron Warriors. Slayer swinging in a desperate attempt to take down that Dreadnought. So I've only got 3 attacks with the Power Fists now, hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits. And now they're
also, you might be afraid because Perturabo was alive at the
start. He was alive at the start of the combat.
It will be.
I fear no.
So it was 2 hits.
So 2 hits. Only strength 8 this time, so looking at 5s. Fail. Melta bomb. Hits. Bum bum bum.
But fails. So the Dreadnought holds up the entire centre once again.
Space Wolves turn 4, so my reserves are automatically on. It's the Javelin Squadron, but the question is, which side do they actually come on? 1, 2 to my left, 3, 4 to the right. So they are coming on the right side, and I don't have a choice in the matter. So now it's tricky time.
Not got acute sensors?
No, because it doesn't work on vehicles.
Nice.
Space Wolves turn 4 movement. The Javelins came on from this side. I've deliberately kept out of augury range of those launchers. However, they have a beautiful shot at the back of that unit of breachers. Land Raider Spartan here has not moved. It's just going to bring its entire firepower to bear. The Volkite support squad, again, has not moved, and they will bring in their entire firepower to bear. Possibly on the javelins, I feel. The Wolves are all still engaged in close combat. The Venerable Brightclaw has moved round. I don't know what I'm going to do with him yet. I think they can come to recover the Dreadnought, so I might Kheres that tax support squad in the background. This Land Raider Spartan has not moved in the intent to basically whale everything it's got at that remaining Land Raider. The Deathsworn have boarded their Land Raider, and it has tweaked itself slightly so it too can get 2 las cannon shots onto that Land Raider. The Grey Slayers here have moved their 6 inches, fully intending to run and charge, or even just charge. I'm going to run and charge because I'm a space elf and that's what I do. Some very, very close parking here by the Seekers who still are in their Land Raider, and my intent is to hopefully punish that vehicle with the last few hull points and take that down. Not much left to do. The Fire Raptor has moved forward. It has jinked and therefore snap firing, but it's still got a lot of firepower. It can throw it in a lot of different directions. Javelins are going to open up with everything they've got into the backs of those breaches. So first things first, Hunter Killer Missiles, 2 each. All hit. Cyclone Missile Launchers. All hit. 2 multi-melters. All hit. Well, we know which way this is going.
Yes, I think so.
Killing on or murdering on 2s, but they do have a 6 up invuln. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds.
Wow.
8 6 up saving throws.
That would be 7 dead.
7 dead. Land Raider Spartan's going to open up now. Primary target is going to be the Javelins, so therefore both Las cannons will be firing at the Javelins, and the Heavy Bolter is going to be firing at the Lone Marine. So Lone Marine, can you take the Heavy Bolter fire again?
Yes, you can.
All hit. 2 wounds.
Ooh. And there
he's
he goes.
down. Moving on to the Twinning Las, the Quad Las cannons, 4 Las cannon shots.
Drink.
All hit.
Ooh.
All glance. Literally by the skin of my teeth. Unbelievable.
So one at a time. So the first javelin is destroyed
dead.
because that was this one, and then next guy takes a
Hull
hull.
point.
Takes 2. So that does
2
take
javelins
another
down.
javelin, leaving me with 1 who is drinked.
Right, support squad with the Master of Signals holding my objective. Master of Signals is going to use the comm signals for that +1 ballistic skill. Goodbye, breaches. Now you die. Hitting on 2s. Yep, that'll do it.
Yes, yes.
Wounding on 2s. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 wounds.
Let me get some dice. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough to kill them all. That's
Goodbye,
the
breaches.
On.
Venerable Brightclaw has decided he's going to use his Kheres assault cannon onto the tactical support squad with the Volkites. Start wiping them out as well. So 6 shots hitting on 2s. All hit. Wounding on 2s with 6's rend. So 1 rend and 4 more wounds. So 4 more wounds, sir.
That's it. So you kill 1 instantly, and then 4 3-up armor save.
That's
Kill
another 3 dead. That's how Kheres roll. Storm of Fenris, my fire up the gunship is now going to be opening fire. The chain cannon will be using power of the machine spirit, so despite the fact it's jinked, it will be firing at full ballistic skill straight into those Iron Havocs for those launches. But attempting to shoot it down. How dare they? So 7 shots hitting on 2s, 6 hits. All hits. And then we have strength 6 wounding.
2.
On 2, so that is 4 wounds.
4 man. So the first man is not in cover, so he's instantly dead. Down to
3 more
3, and then the
saves.
first 2 are in cover. So
They
they're
both
dead.
die.
And then 1 more man is in the footprint.
He's in
Let's be
cover.
generous. I need it. And he lives, so that is 3 dead total though.
So Reaper autocannons from the side, independent tracking, although they are still snap firing, is going to fire at that lone sergeant from that squad. So 4 shots, twin linked. That's 1 hit. That'd be 2 hits. 2's to wound, 2 wounds, 2 saves. He dead!
Whoa.
Autocannon from the other side at the Iron Havocs and the Siege Tyrant. 2 hits on the first barrage, 3 hits, come on! And that will be 3 wounds on the Iron Havocs.
Lord. So 2 Iron Havocs, they're fine. And so
they're
those
fine.
weather that, but dear Lord.
Seeker's Land Raider Proteus is going to be opening fire with its 2 las cannons, point blank range. See if
What
I
you
can't
miss
actually
still.
get. I know I'm going to miss, aren't I?
Go on.
So twin link, 2 hits, Side armor 11.
That would be a
One
pen
glance
and a pen.
and one penetrating hit.
So
It's
dead.
gone. Doesn't
Does it-
explode. It
No.
does not, but it is gone. Land Raider Phobos opening fire. It's going to fire its 2 twin link las cannons into the Land Raider. So 2 twin link las cannons. Twin linky. 1 hit. Failed to penetrate. Straight under the Spartan. Quad las cannon death. 4 shots twin linked. Come on, put holes in the giant tank. Looking at those 5s. Nil point. It's
Ooh.
harder than a Spartan. It's just not going down.
This Land Raider doesn't want to die.
Great Slayer squad, they're going to make a run move just so I make that charge a little bit smaller. So +1 of runs, so I'm going to run 3 inches straight closer. Space Wolves, that's where they've ended up when their run move, so I'm going to move straight into my assault phase, this being the only actual charge I have left to make. So the Grey Slayers are going to charge in. Now remember, I am at -1 to my charge distance because I ran. So I will fail if I roll a double 1. Do not roll a double 1! There we go. Bleeding.
Bit of Overwatch first though. I hit twice with the autocannon boys, and I wound twice with autocannon boys.
2 saves! 2
Just like that.
saves!
And my siege type doesn't get to Overwatch because he's in Cataphracty armor. Ignore
Nice
me.
try!
Nice try! Cheating.
I'm going to go straight into the combat here. I'm going to start off with the power swords because I've only got 2 guys to actually kill. So power swords, I am weapon skill 5. I am hitting on 3s. That'll do me. And then I am wounding on 3s because of the extra strength on the charge. So that is 1 Havoc automatically dead. Then I will do the guys in the front rank who are also initiative 4.
We were trying to make it quick.
Wasn't working.
It didn't work.
So 15 attacks from the troops on the front. Oh no, what's going on?
Oh, now you fluff.
Now I fluff dice rolls. Strength 5, basic weapons. So that is 3 saves
Oh,
on the
come
die
on,
to
Deke.
make.
Just die! Oh, come on!
Stop dying, you coward! Fine, we'll do initiative step.
I get to fight. Initiative step 4.
Go on, hit me.
Hit them back.
Nope.
No, and we should quickly mention that we did issue a challenge, so my siege breaker isn't a chance for the Huskar.
So Huskar strikes first. Initiative step 3, master crafted for 2 hits. Strength 6. So that is 2 wounds at AP 2. Oh, he saves.
Invuln.
And he saves
Just-
again.
Oh, come on,
Oh,
really?
you just hurry up and die, cowards! At initiative step 1, I have, moving up here, a power axe, followed by a power axe, and the power fists are already in close combat. So 2 power fist guys against the unit, and then the power axe is against the unit as well, if there's anything left. So power
Come on,
fist
Deke.
first.
Come on, Deke.
That's 3 hits. Well, he's dead.
He's dead, and then how many?
2 spill over onto the. So that's 1 save. That's 2
Oh,
saves.
come
Come
on,
on!
Jesus.
6 attacks from power axes. Bring him down. We're done with this. That is 4 hits. Strength 6 for 3 more wounds.
Oh, and there
Yes!
he goes!
Finally, he
Oh,
dies.
would you like to consolidate, sir?
I will consolidate straight onto the objective with a whopping 6
6
inches,
inches.
securing the objective and taking the game. However, we have 1 combat left to do.
Yes.
6 attacks from Russ. I am not using a sword. I'm going full axe. I am hitting on 3s. Master crafted. Strength 8. I am looking for 5s with sunder. There is 2. And there's another 1. 3 saves or just die, Daniel.
Oh, he's
and
gone.
he dies. But does he explode? Because the axe is AP2.
Nice one.
He does not
Does
explode.
not explode. And there I go. And if you couldn't tell by the speed we were trying to get that done, I think we're calling it there at the end of the Space Wolves turn 4. They've captured my flag. I have absolutely nothing that can capture their flag. And in fact, on the board I have 2 Iron Havocs, 1 Jinked Speeder, and a Land Raider. Forgive me for calling it, people. I wouldn't normally, but yeah. That's that. I need to apologise to Iron Warrior players. I never thought I'd say that sentence. Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm scared. I mean, I built both armies in that kind of, we'll put the fun stuff in, we'll have the cool stuff in. This is the bulk of my rules.
Yeah.
It's like I've got another 1,000
It
points.
was great. It was really
characters.
fun.
Oh, it was horrific.
I had a great time playing an army that I don't normally play. I've
Yeah.
always wanted to play one of your armies, but dear God.
Yeah, I think
And
that-
anyone who's like, oh, it was unfair, I could have picked the Wolves. It was
Yeah,
completely
it was
random. You
totally
saw.
random. You seen it at the start.
And the whole thing of this is Derek obviously knows what units to target because
Yeah.
that's his stuff. He knows what works well, so it's interesting to go up
Yeah.
against it. I like it, and it could have swung if I'd have seized the initiative or if I'd have had turn one.
That's it. Perturabo rolled better. He didn't actually
Yeah.
hit Russ
Oh
at
God,
all.
no!
One hit on Russ, you'd have been concussed and blind and all kinds of other things, and it
so
really slowing him down.
Please don't be like, oh, it's bad. And I know turn 4 wiping, but what a game! You don't
No,
normally
that
see
was-
6Ks. It's absolutely savage. At the end, you've obviously captured my flag. It works out as 8 VP plus whatever you killed in the first round. We filmed this over a couple of days and we have kind of forgotten what we killed on the first time.
Yeah.
But when I'm editing this, I will look back and I'll see, and the points will flash up for the actual tally on the total. But very definitely,
Yeah.
well played.
What a game.
Well played.
What a game.
Russ never moved off the board. Off
No,
the central
he
platform.
stood by his rules. It was only like when the
'Cause I was-
Dreadnought came on and
I
everyone
was
was like, well,
scared that
game.
when you got it, I was scared that Russ was going to break out and then get into my lines, but actually, hell, like,
He didn't actually hold him. I was just disappointed that Perturabo didn't smash him in the face with that
So was
hammer
I.
at least once.
Oh, it was you past your invulns, you git.
But
What a
no,
game.
absolutely carnage. And down in the corner there, we had the breaches versus
Oh
the
yeah,
Deathsworn.
I love
This
it.
is Two solidly tight
You were
lines.
saying like the axe
smashing.
wall breakers. And, oh, it was
Absolutely
great.
fantastic.
It was good. I had a great time. It looked great.
No, it looked fantastic. And one of the things you got to remember is, yeah, we could make this more meta, but we're more about the narrative. Yes, first turn charges of Space Wolves, horrific.
Obviously,
But
he started next to us. The wolves got into the siege tyrants, but
But it's
for fun.
Yeah.
I'm laughing. Derek's laughing. You're probably looking at us
I
like
hope
we're a
so.
bunch of idiots. But yeah, so don't worry. Those people going, no, it's not fair. We are not the channel for you. We are the channel of people who love playing these games.
Yeah, we love these games.
Yeah.
We love having fun, and you know, if you're not leaving a game after you've had fun, then what's the entire
Exactly right.
So yeah, that was
Next time I'll burst out 1,000,000 points of Night Lords versus White Scars.
yeah. Or we can do the same sort of thing, and this time around you can be the Space Wolves.
Or we could do the exact same game. Just
Yeah.
the other way to see if it happens.
yeah.
See if you
never
can
know.
hold it.
See if we
Let
can-
us know what you prefer. The other thing is, I know I've called it early. I only had a couple of models left. We were going to say, ooh, if you wanted to continue, we said
But
that
literally,
before.
one Javelin Lash King, 2 Iron Havocs with launchers, and a Land Raider with 1 or 2 hull points left.
It's got 2 hull points and 3 weapons.
So yeah, it's
It's done.
Yeah.
We're done.
done. But no.
Thank you very
amazing
much if you
game.
made it this far, and catch us in the next one.
Yep.
As we did last time, a little bit of a bonus. We've got to have Russ versus Perturabo
On fair terms.
on fair terms. So here we go. Roll off for who gets first.
So Russ 6.
Of course he does. So here we go with
Right,
Rusty
here we
starting
go. So
out.
Russ, I'm not going to bother measuring, but Russ moves and charges.
there we go.
I'm not going to shoot Horn Splitter because there's absolutely no point. So splitting attacks, I'll be going with 4 attacks with his sword. Due to Perturabo being toughness 7 and the
Oh,
sword
no, it's only toughness 6, it's strength 7, apologies.
strength 7. So I'm going to go with 4 attacks from his sword. So I am superior weapon skills,
Yes, you
so
are.
I am hitting on 3s. That is near 3s. 2 hits from the sword. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds with his sword, and
And
then
even need shred.
coming in with his axe, which is strength 8. They all hit.
Nice.
And strength 8, so 2 wounds. So 2 saves from the axe first, and then we'll move on to the sword.
So Purdy has a 3-up invuln, and he takes both wounds
Takes
from
2
the axe.
wounds from the axe
Of course
already.
it is. And then 2 from the sword again.
2.
Oh, what on
Yeah,
earth?
so Perturabo's already got 4 wounds gone. Now, because of the rule 7 life, on the roll, Ted has to roll 2d6 and compare them to the current model's toughness. So he needs to roll 2 dice and get under his toughness,
Which I pass.
which means you don't take any additional wounds with
Right,
82. But
taking
you do have,
4
you've
was
taken
enough.
4 wounds in the first round of combat.
Oh.
So moving on, Perturabo strikes back.
So Purdy strikes back. He's got 4 attacks, and I'm using Forge Breaker, so I'm hitting on 4s because I'm not as good as the wolf. I only hit the once, but I am strength 10, so I'm wounding on a 2. Oh, come on.
Fails to wound! Oh no! Perturabo is clearly quaking in his gigantic Terminator armour.
Yeah.
So Russ is now down to 6 attacks in the second round of combat. Again, I'm going to split these, so I'm going to have 4 attacks with the sword, hitting on 3s, only
That's
1
better.
hit.
That's better. Please keep this up.
Wounding on 4s with reroll, which I failed to do, and 2 attacks with his axe.
Yeah,
1
hits
hit.
one.
It
Oh,
is
this is
master
good.
crafted though, so 2 hits with the axe. Strength 8. That is 2 wounds.
2 wounds. So
Two
3 up
twos.
in vuln. He makes it this time.
Finally makes his saving throws.
So I get to attack back with my 4 attacks, hitting on those
5s.
5. Oh yes, because I've gone down. Minus 1 because you're the special boy. So 2 hits and wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds.
So Russ taking this on his 4 up invuln save. Now if he doesn't make this, he's going to get seriously stopped.
This is blind and
So that's
concussive.
2 saves.
Save
Russ doesn't care about
curses.
Forge Breaker.
But on my turn, do I heal? And I don't. So I'm still down to 2 wounds, and the Russ is still healthy on 6.
Okay, going in again.
Back to Russ.
Back to Russ, turn 3, going in with the sword for 3 attacks, 1 hit.
All good.
Wounding on a 4 with shred. Come on, the wound. There's the wound with the sword. 3 attacks from the axe. Hitting on 3s. All hit. Wounding on 2s. No
Nice.
wounds. Unbelievable.
So
However,
one
1
free up to
save.
make.
Which
He
is
does.
success.
Come on, Purdy, bring this back. So 4 attacks from Pert. Hitting on 5s because the Wolf's madness. Nothing.
No hits.
And this is the Wolf's turn, but he hasn't been injured, so he's fine. Now back to Perturabo's turn.
Yep.
But you attack first, obviously. Higher
So I'm
initiative.
going in a first. So again, I'm going in with 4 attacks with the sword this time. The sword's going to do the work for me.
I reckon that's a good call.
3 hits. 6 is to wound with reroll. Sorry, 4
four's
to wound. That's 3 saves to make there.
That's not good.
2 with the axe. Master crafted.
Oh, still
1 hit
2.
and 1 wound. So 1 save. 1 standard invuln save. Which he makes. 3 other invuln saves to make, and if one of these gets through, he can potentially do extra damage.
Oh, it goes through.
One of them goes, so Perturabo needs to make a toughness test on 2d6. And he
passes.
Skin of his
Look,
teeth,
he's
he
on
passes.
1 wound.
Oh, it's on 1 wound in his skin of his
Well,
teeth.
my turn, so do I heal? No, so Pert is down to 1 wound. And swinging back, hitting on 5s, that's 1 hit. Wounding on 2s, that is a wound.
Come on, Russ, make the saving throw. And he makes it again.
Come on!
Russ wades in again with his bright sword. So, 2 hits. Looking at 4 to wound. With shred. 1 wound with the sword.
No.
Axe. Master
That's
crafted. 2
No,
hits. Strength
bad.
8. 1 wound. So 1 standard wound to save.
On the axe, save or dead. He's dead! Perturabo didn't cause a single wound.
to the Russ.
Oh, I mean, I started tanking, but losing 4 wounds.
4 wounds
there.
on the first turn. That was utterly brutal.
Shocking.
That's the wolf.
Well done, Russ. Well done.
And that could have gone either way. You could have had the wolves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not holding anything. Oh, fuck. Oh, it does a bastard matter. Oh, it's just the phone's not fucking charging. Did I press fucking charge? Oh, Jesus, for the sake of fucking...
Seconds.
7, 8, 9, 10...
Ladies and gentlemen viewing, this is to prove that Ted can actually count.
12.
So many shots!
At initiative 4, I get to strike back before the rest of the Deathsworn because they're all using power axes. So, of the members of my squad, I've bollocked that up.
Good, you go. Armour Spartan's going to fire its las cannons. It's going to fire. No, it did fire them. That's why they were. Barkity bark, 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 bark.